I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No Detractor memes. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relax and chill session of Street Fighter 3. Like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. The electric bill, the internet bill, the condo fees, my mortgage, my taxes, my back taxes, my current taxes, my state taxes, my federal taxes, my tax attorney, my tax guy, my tax accountant, my bankruptcy lawyer, all of my credit cards, my new setup, and a new laptop, PS5. I need that. Bowl of ramen, WWE champion. Pimp, we get a big ups to Darcy DeFlo and add a song to the playlist. No. What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Only mic was on. It's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. Turn it up. Turn up my headphones. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's up, Jamie? Yo. Good to see you here today. Are you ready for this? Yo. You know what time it is. Yes, Jay. It's time to go. Shout out to all my niggas from Guadalajara, Aquatic. I'm cruising in my blue Corolla. I need that money to be a high roller. Trapped and made and controller. She's crying downstairs, so I have to console her. Swimsuit model with eating disorder. Spent $200 on her DoorDash order. Yo, just a fucking crook with a fucking crooked jaw. False flagging down channel with my puppy dog. I committed fraud, and I got low teeth. I'm a low teeth god. False flagging, mundane maggot. Phil's fat, Phil's a faggot, Phil's a loser, Phil's a beggar. Arnold, Phil's a nigger. Right? How do you say? Brunel's a nigger, right? Very nice. All right. Let us continue. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance to save the best streak. I'm going full mask off. It's not that deep. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance left to blow. You ready? 8 time go. 8 time flow. They thought I fell off. No. Like a prime D rose, I be dunking on these hoes. Turn you into T-part, striking a T-pose. So let me tell you now what the story is. They call me ESP. Notorious. I'm cruising and wrenching, fast and furious with my homie Pastor Eric Miller.
He's quite curious. They don't have nearly what it takes to be a man and since I took their manhood, that's mine now, so I ain't giving it back.
My trolls are always watching me, waiting for another disaster stream. They won't even give me a piece of peace or like a whole fucking team locking onto my stream like a detractor beam. I can't get rid of night sober. I'm losing my mind and I'm losing supporters. Detractors are bending me over. Just another time in this Ludwig world order. And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into Dark Dave's mirror and all of my fears and all that I see. The raw DSP, bottom leader, cult leader. It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just how time flows. Until it time.
It's gonna take years of effort to try to dig myself out of this fucking hole. It really is. And it sucks. I hope that someday I'll get out of it. I don't know if I ever will. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life.
Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. Yeah. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade.
You know, my life has been tough over the last decade.
There we go. How's it going? All right, let's do that. Let's take a look at Snort Banana. Ah, it's gonna be fun. I haven't done a pre-stream one in a while. Hey, Dreamlike, how's it going? I love that all this clown mode really is just him entertaining himself.
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Oh, epic fucking
That is
intro,
an
I can
epic
tell you that.
fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everybody.
Warning.
When
What you
may
may
see
hear
my
right
house
now
will
is
be
absolutely disgusting. Snort, snort,
Sound
snort.
good?
Sounds good to me.
I'm decided that in the month of July, we will do a long-form react to the June the King Machinima documentary. All right? Now, when will it be? I don't know yet. We have to figure this out because already the first week of July...
See, yeah, I think this is where people were like, oh yeah, he's talked to June the King. And I'll say this, I said this on Twitter, I'll say it again. If June decides to only take Phil's word for it, it's like, good job, June. You fucking threw away every goddamn bit of your reputation in like 2 fucking minutes if you just take him at his word for it. Because here's the thing, like, if you understand, this man's never going to give any receipts. He can't give receipts. Like, to him, he believes his word should be enough for everybody. But you can't do that. No, 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 no. So, you know. But, you know, that's what it is. Yeah, he can't. Really trashy. Oh, I heard about that also. Yeah, I did hear about that. Hold on, I need to let me take away gaming restream chat and add a browser source. And change my YouTube chat. Yep. Uh-oh. That's pretty good. I guess I could just mush it just like that. Okay. That's pretty good. That should be alright. Yeah. If he acts with DSP, I wouldn't be surprised if June the Dent go that route. I mean, and here's the thing. If June does that, yeah, what's gonna happen is as soon as he does that, as soon as you figure out, oh yeah, he's going down that route, his entire reputation is ruined, because then who's gonna want to listen to another documentary that this guy does? Because it's like, well, you took this guy's at his word. You weren't gonna be, you weren't gonna be in any way fucking unbiased. So fuck, why do we actually do that? Why am I doing this? Herp derp. Herp derp. Let's just do that. I already got my YouTube chat there. And where's my gaming chat? Hold on. Hold on. There we go. It's better. And we don't, this is actually much better. Yeah.
Summer party coming up. So obviously you don't want to do that.
No way will he just listen to Phil. He doesn't need to suck off to anybody. Well, that's it. That's what I'm hoping for, but I honestly...
I want to do it when it's appropriate. So maybe around like the middle.
Here's the... That would be good that if he does it, but you never fucking know. Like, Phil... You gotta understand, Phil has a way of... I do think Phil has a way of grinding people down by just... Because he's just gonna be like, oh, if you're gonna do one about me, here's everything. Here, do this, do it. And the thing about it, I mean, because yeah, June didn't want to do one about DSP for a long fucking time. He's so weird acting around women, and he doesn't even know. Yeah, it's a non-nude scene's disgusting. He's married. It really is the fact that of any fucking love scene, like, dude, have you not seen a sex scene in a movie? And it's like, oh, okay, you might see Diddy. And I think June content suck. I'll give him credit for standing up to LTG only. I mean, yeah, that's true. Standing up to LTG is one thing, because the fact is that motherfucker he'll just, because he'll always just try to strike down. But yeah, like, and that's why I have, like, everyone say, oh, well, LTG's just a character. I don't fucking care. That motherfucker, like, will just strike motherfuckers down. I'm like, yeah, I have no respect for him. I have no respect for Dale.
Of the month or something like that. I haven't done a long form react in many months. The last one was the Internet Historian long form react, which you guys really enjoyed. So I figure let's do another one now, and we've had enough time, right? We've spaced it out, we've broken it up enough that this would be a good one, okay?
Oh my god, he's drinking donations.
And then what I would say is after that, probably the next special events we're going to do would be my anniversary events. Because if you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen, this is my 15-year anniversary as a content creator on the internet. I've now been making YouTube videos for 15 years on a fairly consistent basis, and I'd like to celebrate that. What we're probably going to be doing is over the course of the summer, let's talk about what special events we can do, but I'm thinking
I mean, think about this, Phil. Your entire July 4th thing is basically just food related. Like, you don't have a goddamn fucking creative bone in your body. Like, you're completely creatively bankrupt. The fuck? And you're like, oh, let's think about something. It's basically, guys, do this for me.
Second half of August and the first half of September, before all the new releases start hitting, I'd like to do a series of celebratory events, all right?
I can't wait for the money.
Number one, definitely some kind of a retrospective marathon where we go back down memory lane and we watch clips from my past and I react to them. Number two, I'd like to play some retro games, maybe some of the games that were originally from my early days as a YouTuber, and maybe do some throwback playthroughs or just...
You already did that. You already did that with Mirror's Edge. You already did that. Like, you already have done that, and that didn't garner any bit of interest. The only act of him acting chill outside the stream, and the character is kind of easy to do, especially like him. The real him is the stream version him. Yeah, there's literally... Yeah, 10-year plan in the trash. Of course it's in the trash. He doesn't want to get a job. Because what he basically wants is if he has to get a job, he wants to be middle manager, making, $200,000 a year, minimum. Hey, hum along, how's it going? His playthrough the second time tended to be worse than the original. Yeah. Yeah, especially because nowadays... He is completely and utterly just kind of like, I don't want to do any work. I don't want to think. So my chat will think for me. And it really does show.
Gameplay sessions, okay? But in addition to that, we can do some special stuff like a tier maker where I rank all of the games that I previously said were Game of the Year, nominees and or winners, and we
Oh dear fucking lord, that sounds awful.
can basically rank those against each other in a modern setting and say which one's.
So your game of the year, here's the thing, Phil, like if they're game of the year, they should all be like high rank. Like if you put a game of the year in a D rank, what the fuck does that say about the year in gaming? Like, Phil, it's dumb. How about this? How about you get the poll, you actually, get a poll of some of the favorite playthroughs, and you rank the games of the favorite playthroughs, and you figure out, oh wow, a lot of these games suck, and you guys like watching me play shitty games.
Stood the test of time and still are great games, and what other ones maybe kind of, not really that good and didn't age very well, and they don't really deserve that prominence anymore, right? That'll be a fun event. So there's tons of things we can do to celebrate my 15-year anniversary as a content creator.
He wants
and that's
to.
going to be coming up. Likely what we'll do is we'll talk about it in July, start planning, and then about mid to late August
the way he
into the first week
talks
of September
about,
is when we'll do all the
like,
special
when
events.
he talked about that whole thing about Final Fantasy VI, how he was old and like, oh, crystal ball, blah, 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 blah. But think about how he talks about what 50 would be like. Like, he's talking about at 50 how people talk about being 80. Like, he really honestly thinks that he is just gonna fall apart. I think he doesn't think he's gonna make it to 50. Like, and the thing about that is that that's really kind of depressing, because the fact is, nowadays we're living longer, but he aged horribly. He's looking really bad. It would involve working and you would tire. All you do is tier list of someone else's work. Yeah. I mean, somebody else is going to have to make the tier maker for him anyway. Just like how someone has to do everything else for him.
To prepare, but then once those new releases start hitting during the hardcore gaming season, that's what I've got to focus on. Okay?
You don't focus.
It's greed.
You didn't focus on
It's
Diablo
greed.
or
Greed
Zelda.
is
Like,
massively strong.
look at
I
this
have no
shit.
fucking self-control. Again, guys, as you know, when I play new games like this, new release days, support on the initial day is always greatly appreciated, whether it be liking this stream.
Yeah. I heard about this. I heard, yesterday he hardcore begged. And the funny thing about it is, combined, I don't think he got $150 combined. Think about that. For a huge game, a huge release, he couldn't get the $150 in the day stream. Like, and think about it, when he did Tears of the Kingdom, because I've been doing that, this is how you don't play on it. I've been working on the first, I just finally finished the first stream of it. I got all the 3 hours. He had the vest on before everything had come up. So yeah, look at this. 123, 31, like he had $154 total for a premiere stream. This is awful. Like, this is straight up very, very bad. I think he's done with Zelda. He's going to keep playing Zelda. He can't drop Zelda. He can't drop Zelda. He can't drop Diablo because he's backed himself into a corner. Because he needs to do these, because he has to, he's got to have these night streams. He can't drop them. Because here's the thing. He was probably thinking, hey, I'm going to drop them. But with Final Fantasy doing this poorly in the first stream, yeah. Oh, 2 weeks? Probably. I mean, he will have to drop it because there's no way he's beating Ganondorf the way he is. Even if he gets 40, even if he gets all the shrines, gets 40 hearts, he ain't beating Ganondorf because he won't go and pick up supplies and buff up his armor. Like, basically, like, I played it and like 30, the first time was 29 hearts with max armor, and I'm like, ooh, even for that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this thing fully. And yeah, but think about that. This is, so because I think what he wanted to think of, I was like, oh, if this works really well, if Final Fantasy and Street Fighter work really well, he'd be like, you know what, we're going to drop Diablo and Zelda, and it'd be just, oh, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter. He's going to keep doing that. But I think what's happened is because of all this, yeah, no. He's scared. He doesn't want to lose that, but these are, Zelda and Diablo are just games that don't really work for Phil. Like, he's not going to be able to do this.
For engagement, to send more people to it so they can find it, whether it be you know, a super chat, a membership, a gifted membership, a tip. It's all appreciated. Thank you in advance.
Yeah, he's
all right.
normally
Let's get started.
on
I'm
a
gonna do a little bit of an
big
intro.
release day, he doesn't
Phil is
beg
doing
this hard.
e-begging and monstrously trying to milk his fans for every dollar
Grind
possible.
If you like this playthrough and or if you like my content in general on the channel, these are the early parts of the playthrough. These are the best parts to support, whether it be liking a video, leaving a comment on a video, liking a stream, maybe doing an early
He doesn't normally have to beg this hard on a
the video,
premiere.
becoming a member, gifting some memberships to your fellow viewers on the channel. All these things are tremendous to help a new video game playthrough.
Either people don't like his
thing
or
bought it, I'm ready to
they're
go.
tapped.
So without further ado, let's boot her up.
Begging like an e-beggar.
Like
a wily e-beggar sitting here demanding.
Phil?
You are a lion. You're my lion.
Yeah, look at this.
I'm absolutely revolted.
I'm afraid
Look at this
of little
disgusting
frost,
behavior.
Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me
I
when
mean,
I come home.
The fact that he acts like this is I would say someone like in the like
wow
50s or like
you know they said it was gonna be like
Bible
Game of Thrones. I didn't know they were actually gonna copy the scenes.
You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield.
Wow, yeah, you could
But I
tell
can
he's
count.
falling asleep.
You're right.
I mean, that you could tell when it's fake of him falling asleep because he's like, whoa, I gotta go get another cup of coffee. But you could tell when, because the thing about it, like that fake
And,
time when
you
it was
know,
like, oh,
anyone
I
who wanted to support the playthrough by all means, please.
$103
and
just without one
or
amendment.
whatever.
That's
but I'm really,
bad.
I'm liking this so far, you know. And I'm glad I didn't expose myself
You're
to the
right.
game at
Phil's
all.
41
like, this
going
is
on
all new.
70.
I didn't know
but
what to expect.
the fact is
and
that
I'm saying definitely,
he's
because
you can always tell when it's real because
enjoy
first thing he does
so
is he
far,
kind
and I'm
of
looking forward to more tonight. So thank
everything.
you all.
His muscles
First
relax,
two
and then
parts
he'll
great.
just
See you
kind
tonight
of
for more.
down
And bye bye for now. Cool. Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
we-
Let's
you're
get
not
some
off in the
polls.
cutscene.
Come on.
I mean, that really just
Pull
shows.
my gotcha. Pull on my
he's so
gotcha.
bored.
Come on. You know we gotta get some pulls.
So I'll say this up front.
And look.
I'll say this up front, okay? If tonight
Of course he's unrecorded begging segment. Look at him. He's got the black begging shirt. The black begging shirt. It's been a while since I've seen you black begging shirt.
you would like to support the stream, thanks in advance. It's launch day of a new game, and anything is appreciated. You know, liking the stream adds engagement. More people will probably come check out the stream if it gets more likes.
Well, here's the thing about it. It's poofy because, of course, what he did was he showered, but he switched his shirt because he showers after his day stream. You know, if he showers, it's between streams for some odd fucking reason. Actually, no, it makes sense because the fact is he wakes the fuck up probably about 10:30 his time and streams. That's the thing. I don't think he consciously chooses the black begging shirt. It's a subconscious thing. I do not believe that he consciously chooses the black begging shirt.
You know,
Or he
I would
rinses
say in
his
particular.
hair. I mean, in the day stream when it's all slicked back is when he rinses his hair. When he showers it is why you get the poofy bit because he's already now it's dried out. Here's the thing: when he slicks his hair and he just rinses it, it really does show off him balding a lot more. Like this, honestly, looks better. Like he really needs to not just put water in his hair in the beginning of the day. Like it really does show how greasy the hair mats to itself. That's really the problem. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's completely subconscious. This shirt is the shirt he uses when he begs hard, and I think it is a complete and utter coincidence. I think it's a completely unconscious thing.
If you haven't noticed, memberships have been way down over the last week. We lost over 200 members that were gifted last month, and we have barely seen any new members at all. Every day we're seeing a lot of re-ups, but pretty much no new memberships. So if you really wanted to help the channel tonight, a great way would maybe to be to gift some memberships to some people who are here. Earlier today, we had over 500 viewers for most of the stream, and no progress with memberships. Everything else is great, though. Super chats, tips were good.
Couldn't
so I'm
afford
certainly not
grill
complaining.
cream.
I'm just saying that would definitely be like a great way to
there's
help right
no
now.
way he puts
It's been on
grill
the slower
cream
side
in
for
it.
memberships, but outside of that, Everything is good.
I think that's just water. Like,
Thanks
you
to
ain't
anyone who
fucking
supports in
review
any way
bra who
tonight.
uses fucking Brill cream.
The
Brill cream
hardcore
is
baking
ancient.
season.
Who the
Again,
fuck uses Brill cream
I'll say in
anymore, other than
advance,
review
thanks to
bra?
anyone who contributes in
Review
any
bra
way.
basically
Anything
is a man from the
appreciated, as simple as
1800s
liking the stream
in
or
modern
any
day.
kind of contribution
And
that
he's
you
awesome.
can possibly lend would be greatly appreciated.
If you had a
That's how I
tiny
make
bit
my
of hair,
living.
buddy, he'd be
It'd
fine.
great to have
You
a
could raise it
strong
enough to
night
look-
stream here tonight for our premiere Final Fantasy
like, the thing
16,
I say-
if possible. All right, thank you.
If
This is
he
part 4 of my playthrough. This is still launch day
goes
for me.
and,
I'm enjoying the game so far now that we're actually
dries
getting into
hair
more of
and
the
all
meat
that.
of what it's going to be. If you're enjoying this playthrough,
Anybody
please
knew
consider
Brill?
giving the
I
video
know
a
what
like.
Brill
Please
cream
leave
is.
comments for
I've actually
engagement. Let me know what you
seen
think of the
review
game
bra
and
did
or
a video
my
where it
gameplay
shows
of
like
it, or anything in general.
and
about
it
the
has
game or,
fucking
anything
Brill
like
cream that he puts in
all
his
ears.
hair. It was like,
And it helps for
fucking
engagement
Brill
in these
cream?
earlier
Didn't think
parts.
anybody
And of course,
used Brill
perhaps if you're
cream
enjoying
no
the
more.
playthrough, consider maybe
Most
like
people
a
just use
super
hair
thanks
gel
or a
and shit
tip
like
on
that,
for the
but-
channel, and come back for part 5 in just a sec. Thanks for watching.
Falcon, this is
What
just
a
the pre-stream.
horrible
I will
e-beggar,
not touch
and
fucking
he's
Street
demanding that
Fighter
his
6.
fans pay for
I don't
all
know
of
anything
his
about Street Fighter
supplies.
6.
Belong to the orcs.
Oh, great.
I'll have my men ready.
Hey,
to
JD.
depart.
Oh,
Yeah,
look, it's gonna be
going.
Game of Thrones. Right now, here we go. They have to have these
Without
scenes.
advantage.
Game of
Light
fucking
would have
Thrones.
engulfed the mines ere long.
Yeah, no sus.
King.
No sus.
I serve you.
Review Raw stays in character all the way. Like, here's
So
the thing,
stupid.
I'm along. Like, his style.
1,000,000%
Review
they're
Braw's
trying to be
style
like
of dress,
Game
I
of
don't
Thrones.
believe is a character. It's just that's just the way he wants to dress.
Your pale hair
Because he's
pressed into
been,
his
if that's a
as
character,
it
he's been
No
a character since like
passion
12
for
years
me.
old.
I'm a passionless individual.
How's everybody doing?
Wholly
I'm
bereft
doing
of
all right.
passion.
The only hand I need. Now and always.
Soon, my dear.
Yeah,
Soon
baby
all
news.
will know
Not only does he know nothing about
whose
sex,
hand
he's
it
just
is
so
that keeps them
repulsed
from
by
falling into the
any
darkness.
human.
Do we really need to see his whole body
intimacy.
too?
Let me go.
It's
Seriously.
sex, dude.
It's so lame. And by the way, what was the point of that scene? What purpose did that scene actually serve in the entirety of the game? Nothing. It's pretty sad, actually,
One of
the
my
direction that they
sentries
took for
failed to
this.
report,
Oh,
my lady.
Jesus fucking
You know the
Christ,
truth?
Game of
I'm probably one of the
Thrones.
most overall mature adults in the country.
Like,
Oh,
that,
shit.
that is so fucking immature.
What's with the chest? The favor of fire, Scarlet Cyclone. Did you read that? So, there's Scarlet Cyclone. What is the favor of fire? Right? What the hell does that even mean?
Where you legit hear moaning and the noises and the kicker in the brothel. Oh, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. 16 obviously took a lot of Game of Thrones references. So, like, brothels
I have no idea.
and
I
all
picked
this
up
other
something that
stuff.
said the
It's
favor of
just
fire. The
thing
game
that
hasn't
life
explained that
has.
yet. I don't know
Like,
what
oh,
that
yeah.
was.
Some
An
people,
accessory?
you get
Okay.
the titty.
The favor
This
of
dude
fire,
don't like
Scarlet
titty.
Cyclone increases Scarlet Cyclone damage by 8%. 8%? That's pathetic. Not putting that on. I'll see you tomorrow, Willow. Have a good night. This is absolutely lame. Why would I
8%
equip
pathetic?
that?
That's not
Selling
that
that
bad.
junk.
I'm a brain dead idiot, and I need the game to be as easy as fucking possible for me to play.
Yes, you are. My name's Pastor Road, now I'm a fucking idiot. My first stream. Did Bozomo talking nonsense in all the scenes. Yeah, like. Stupid person, you go smush now. Yeah, that's the weird thing.
I
is-
love gaming. You know, I want to keep doing this for a living. I love it. I have a passion for it. If you were watching this on demand on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed all 5 parts here on release day. Remember, liking these videos, leaving comments for engagement helps a ton. And anything else, it's been a great day of fun here with Final Fantasy, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, this will continue on in a little bit.
Slumper-Nell's got
Thanks
it,
very
like-
much. Until then, peace out. And don't let the Torgal get fleas. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money blatantly.
Alright, actually, it's probably close to raw fill time. We can't have fun now. Now it time serious. But it's so funny because yeah, that really shows that Final Fantasy 16 is, oh boy, he is sweating, because normally he wants to already get 150 plus and all that, because that's what he did for, he's done this for his new releases for he did it for Zelda, he's did it for Street Fighter, which is just, let's get this in and kind of pound it down. And now, ooh, he's sending it to Ban World on Sunday. Actually streaming, what the fuck? Really? Hum along. Okay, well, that's a thing. Yeah, he's killing the hype for the game by not playing it today as well. Well, Trunks, this is the problem, is that Phil doesn't understand. Like, because Phil decides that this is how he wants to be this variety streamer. He wants a variety. But the fact is that it's killed it's killed it. Because guess what? Yeah, the first few days you really want to hammer in a new release. But also nobody wants to watch this man just all the sex scenes and him just like, oh, I don't want to watch a sex scene. And give himself a fucking, epileptic seizure. Nobody wants to do that. Aren't you allowed to stream the MK1 beta? I mean, who the fuck knows? I got in trouble for it. I mean, here's the thing, Trunks. If the fact is they explicitly said you cannot stream it and they stream it, well, I mean, that's a fuck around and find out kind of moment right there. Is my cue to leave? All right, Falcon, you have a good one. Hey, Detractor Maiden, how's it going? I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, being spazzed out, but it's so weird. Like, because he decides to do all this variety, all it's done is it's extend the playthroughs. He really should be doing this similar to how he did his old playthroughs, which is speed through these games, get them done, move to the next one, because that's the only way he's going to keep getting money. Him stretching them out is literally killing his revenues for these games. I need someone to relax and just got done cutting hedges. All right. Oh, you gotta cut the hedges. Did you make a shortcut through the hedge maze? I also know what to chalk it up of him knowing he was gonna, how he was Mr. Take off your top titties. I mean, Cat 100. Here's the thing about what it really is I believe that he believes that, oh, a mature adult doesn't look at titties and all that. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, do you think that, like, married couples don't watch porn? Or, don't look at titties? Or, married women who, hetero don't look at dongs? Or, like, fan service and shit like that? Whether it's fan service for the guys, fan service for the ladies? Fuck, man. Yeah, yeah, though, there's a lot of, I believe there is yeah, you're right. There's a lot of overcompensating. I've heard people speculate that one of the big problems that you have with that is, I look at my girlfriend's titties all the damn time. Oh yeah, titties are titties. I think that it's really abnormal. What it is I think it's part of it is I think he really doesn't understand why Leanna left him. He has basically gotten a lot of things. Other people have told him why they think Leanna left him. And he doesn't understand why Leanna left him. Leanna left him because the fact is, this motherfucker just would not, like, he is doing it for Kat. She ain't forcing him to act this way. No, yeah, no. He's LARPing as a, and Detractor, you got it. He's LARPing as an adult because the fact is, this is what he thinks adults do. But it's like, dude, adults can be fucking dirty as fuck. And the funny thing about it is, adults can be dirty, but the fact is, it's fun around kids because the kids don't know they're being, that the adults are being dirty. Like, what's that? It's like, yeah, if you have a healthy sex life, it wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, if he had a healthy sex life, this wouldn't be an issue. You'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. But he doesn't have a healthy sex life, and it also, I think, shows with Kat and her weight gain, in that he isn't putting any emotional, any emotional support or any, Like, he's not fucking her. He ain't even giving a fuck about her. So that's why she's, you know, eating her feelings. Oh, yeah, Dream. That's the biggest issue, is that his narcissism is going to basically keep him from doing anything. Cat has a tight grip on his film microphone. I see, JDX, I don't think that she doesn't have a tight grip on him. If she had a tight grip, she would actually basically be the one saying, Phil, you're going to fuck me right now. Like, and because he doesn't do that, I think that, I do, here's the thing, I do think that she is depressed. The eating of the feelings is why I do think she's depressed. I think that's the weight gain is definitely that. So she don't care about nothing at all. Like, at this point, Trunks, she's got a roof over her head. That's about it. But honestly, I think she does probably care a little bit, but she's just like, whatever, I've got a roof over my head and all that. And probably looking at it like, because, hey, guess what? She's probably thinking like, yeah, her prime is gone. Even though it's like, if she were to lose the weight, she could probably get someone else. Never seen someone so weird about sexual stuff. I get if you don't care about it, it makes a thing to show how uncomfortable. Yeah, he is so, like, hell, the Atomic Heart thing, he literally muted the game for the audience because he was so uncomfortable. Like, I've never seen anybody do that. If the idea was, oh, Sexy Fridge kind of made him uncomfortable and he just unplugged his headphones and be like, okay, whatever, that's dumb. But that he did it for his audience because he felt they shouldn't have that. Ah, fuck. Cyberpunk's the biggest game. Oh, God, yeah. What it is that, yeah, the thing about it is an adult starts becoming comfortable with their own sexuality, which he's never been. This is why, you know, people have always wondered if he's closeted gay.
We'll be checking out Chun-Li in Street Fighter 6 for the first time since the game's release, per your requests. But also, I'll be talking all about my experiences with Final Fantasy 16, because yesterday was its release day, and I'd like to tell you what I thought. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast.
I don't know why he does that teasing thing, this cold open tease. Like, Phil, you're not a TV show. Like, the fact is, all it's going to do is going to show this, like, 30-second thing, and that. Newsflash, men get tired too, lol. I mean, JDX, that's why, you might need to go to the shop and get some toys, where it's just like, okay, listen, I need a break. You go and get something to make sure that the lady still is nice and happy.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, the 23rd of June, 2023, and I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome to the show.
It's you're right, Trunks. It's a false open. It's
loadout, as they say, for the podcast this morning, and today indeed is Street Fighter Friday.
I do love the rainbow thing of this. Very, very interesting. Phil, why do you have a pride flag? You don't like pride
Street
flags.
Fighter 6 on Fridays. It used to be Friday night fights where I would just play Street Fighter every single Friday night. But now, since Street Fighter 6 is out, it seems like you guys have really enjoyed my very thorough coverage of the game so far.
But honestly, JDX, it's one of the things is like you kind of have to make sure that you and your
there we go.
People, this is one of the things that I don't like about religion. It's like, no, one of the big things about compatibility with partners is sexual compatibility. If one person's sex drive is way off
and I thought about
off their others, it's like somebody's not going to be satisfied. Either someone's going to be oversexed or someone's going to be undersexed.
During my premiere day of Final Fantasy 16, which we will talk about in a few minutes here.
And you may not find someone completely, but as long as it's close.
Right here on the community tab of DSP Gaming.
Yes,
and the poll was, hey,
the spirit is willing, but the body,
I haven't really used this
the body is spongy and bruised.
Would you like to see? And the options were Ryu, Chun-Li, and Guile. And let me tell you, basically, it went
this is who I voted for.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
For Chun-Li. Like 25% for Ryu and 25% for Guile, something like that. So basically, people were like,
"Yeah, why usually I'm screwing her ass with it while I compete the DP and the other whole." Damn.
Cool. By the way, that wasn't my only factor in determining who I wanted to use. Let's be honest. As I've been playing,
okay, JDX.
I've been saying a statement more and more, the more
you
that
know,
I've played the
just
game.
make sure you don't
It seems
overshare.
like there is
You know,
a
you can
class
get
of
the
character
little
in
thing
Street
that,
Fighter
you know,
6
you get the
that's
remote,
considered
where,
mix-up
you know, you put it
rushdown.
up there,
And
then
this
you just
class
have the
of
little
character
remote,
all
and you
play
just be like,
almost identically.
and then
from
you see like,
mid-range have some pretty good normals. They throw them
he's
out.
just like,
If it block, it's
oh,
blocked.
hi
or
there.
hit. They dash cancel.
Push the button.
The dash cancel gives them a mix-up option. You can continue with the combo if it
That-
hit.
you gotta
so
get one of
confirm.
those to kinda-
If it didn't hit, now they have options. They could dash forward and do a hit string. They could dash forward and do like a high-low mix-up, or they could dash forward and throw. And all of those lead to different options
this
that
is the
allow
thing.
them to
I don't
continue
care
their
any
offense
about
and
this,
push you to the corner.
this
Once
fighting
you're in
game
the corner,
stuff. I
they now
don't
have
care.
another mix-up option with wall bounces and the
This
like.
is just technical stuff. I'm like, okay,
And essentially,
whatever.
It just
he's
seems to
not-
be a general way to play the game with certain characters.
not
And the
extreme at
characters
all.
that come to mind off the top of my head are characters like Cammy,
Oh boy.
DJ, Jamie, Chun-Li, Juri, and Ken. Now there's more, but that's just the ones that just really resoundingly pop into my head, mostly because those seem to be the characters that most people are using that are playing like this. And I've even said I've noticed that the more that I've played the game, that it almost feels like it doesn't matter who you're facing, it's almost exactly the same gameplay if they're using that class of character. Because in Street Fighter 6, there absolutely are characters that don't play like that. You know, characters like Honda
dudes
or
get
Blanca,
girlfriends.
JP or Dalcine. You know, I could go on and on. These, you know, Lily. They play completely
Get
and
your girlfriend's
utterly
is a lush
differently
thing
from
you can
that,
vibe with her while
okay?
you're at work.
But
I mean,
it definitely seems like there's a good 6-7 characters that
Yeah.
almost play identically. And
I once had an idea for something, but
honestly,
I don't.
at this point
there's
in my
no
my
way you could
playing the
implement
game,
it.
You know, now we're over 3 weeks
Which
since
is,
its release.
you
Well,
know,
around 3 weeks
a,
since its release. Actually, it's exactly 3
a
weeks. since
toy
today,
that
isn't
you
it?
could
Yeah, it is.
hook up
I'm
to a
starting to get
gaming
little
console,
bored
so every
when
time
I'm
you
playing
get
ranked matches and I just
certain
keep
like
facing the
achievements,
same kind of
will give you a
character
little bit of a
gameplay.
reward.
You know, you would think with a cast of 18 characters that when you go online to play the game, you should see more variety of gameplay. And honestly, I'm just not really seeing it. You know, I'll be playing a 3-hour session, and in that session, I'll only see like 25 minutes of variety and 2.5 hours of exactly the same pattern style gameplay. And
Of course,
it does
let's say you have like
disappoint
for your
me because
PlayStation,
you know
you
what that
get the
reminds
different
me
level,
of?
like the bronze
Street
will be
Fighter
one thing,
5.
silver,
In Street Fighter 5,
gold, and then
literally every
platinum's
character
gonna
played
be
one
yeah.
pattern.
You need to
And a
patent
lot
that
of
now.
the characters
I don't
almost
even know
played
how
the
I would
same,
do that.
and because of that, the
I don't
game
know
felt very
how
samey,
the game
and it didn't feel
consoles
like there was
get
enough
do their
originality to it,
achievements.
and it got kind of boring.
You be first testers.
That's the point I've kind of arrived at. In
I
Street
don't
Fighter
know
6.
how
I don't want
to
it every
build
fight
that
to see it be
thing.
exactly the same.
It would basically be a USB dongle sending
And
it
it seems
to
like
you know the toy.
whenever I'm
but
doing
I don't know
ranked,
how to
that's
do
what
it.
it is. It's
I
the
wouldn't know
same-
how to pull
the same exact characters being
a
used 90% of the
achievement
time,
from
and
it. And
more than half the cast.
You'd have to
very
be able
much
to
being
have it so it
neglected.
could work on all the different consoles.
We'll see what happens.
Good
as
God,
I
if you
continue
try to
play,
make that work for the
as I continue
Switch.
to rank up,
Oh,
you know,
Jesus
maybe
Christ.
it's just because in Platinum everyone's doing
First,
that, but then
for-
maybe if you hit
oh,
like,
of course,
you know,
you'd
diamond
have to
rank,
pay
it'll
for
change.
to
I'm not
try
sure.
that shit out.
I am very quickly approaching diamond
You're
rank.
saying you
with
can't
characters
deal with
like
rush down
Blanca.
aggressive characters.
So
like
we'll see
if
what
the
happens.
fact is
But
he can't
today,
deal, how can he
I will
not
be
deal
using
with
Chun-Li.
aggressive
Now,
characters when he's
I
played this game? This
already
long?
had played
You
Chun-Li
played
a
Street
little
Fighter
bit
for
in
a
the
long
beta
time.
last
I'm
year,
sure you had
so
to
I already
figure
knew a
some
little bit
kind
of basic
strategy out.
information about how she played. What I really didn't know was her combo ability. So last night I studied up and I watched 2 big videos from 2 of the highest ranked Chun-Lis in the world. And what I saw was pretty interesting. Basically, she has very high combo ability with dash canceling. Her dash cancels are quite good. And for me,
Snort.
much like, you know, other characters like I've played with recently, Blanca and the like, it's going to be a little bit of practice and muscle memory. But once I get that dash cancel down, I think I'm going to be pretty good. Because really, there's 3
No,
scenarios
you're not
you
gonna
need
be
to know with
good,
any
Phil.
character.
Because
what do you do from a mid-screen dash
you are
cancel
basically
perspective?
nothing but a pattern player.
What do you do with a big punish? Like if your enemy just throws out a random Hail
Yeah.
Mary and misses, and
You're
they're
right,
just wide
right,
open
right.
in front of you.
He is
what do you do
just
there?
Fucking
And what do you do when you're in
trash.
the corner and you're going to get a wall bounce? So those are like the 3 things you need to know with every character. Dash cancel strategy in combo, giant punish combo, and wall bounce combo, right? So once I get those down with Chun-Li, I should be good. And like I said, I saw some interesting things. From mid-screen, her dash cancels are very strong. And because she has a good normals game, it's like her jabs
his
are
mindset-
incredibly good, and her low medium kick
JDX.
is incredibly
No,
good.
I have
If you
not.
can
I
get
can't say
either of
that I
those to
have,
connect,
but
doesn't even
I
have to hit,
mean,
just connect, and even if they block it, you
it
can
sounds
dash
like
cancel.
it sounds like you dived in there like a fat kid at an
and
ice
go right
cream
into,
shop.
a mix-up hit
and
string.
big ups.
And she has an overhead,
Mine says
which is a
actually
flip
garbage,
kick,
just
which
holding
is
him back
also
more than
incredibly
anything.
good.
Yeah, he's a
Fast
scrub.
in this game, and you can get a combo right off of it as well.
Yeah,
some
you're
of
right,
the things
Jim.
that I saw
He
that
exploited
confused
broken
me,
glitches
a lot
in
of people
Turbo,
using
and that's
Chun-Li
what
are
got
using
him a
air
lot.
juggles
But
because
he
she has
doesn't
air
know.
juggles just like she always has had. She has a down, medium kick, head stomp, and you can do that up to 3 times in the air. But if you do it twice, you can then do something else as a follow-up.
Yeah, like
I believe
how you,
has
it
two
doesn't
air
matter how
medium
good or bad
punches
you are.
or
It's how you
2 air
person.
fierce
He
punches.
doesn't.
I'm not sure which it is in this game. That juggle, and if you land that,
Like he was
you can actually
bitching
do a
about
super when
Dulcine,
you
like,
land.
oh,
It can be
Dulcine
level
can't get out of
1,
the
level
corner.
2,
But I'm
any
like,
super
oh, wait a
seems
minute,
to work.
yoga teleport.
So I need to
Can't
figure
you
that
yoga
out. I need to
teleport
figure
out of the
exactly what I'm
corner?
going to be doing for juggles. It seems like some
fuck,
people even have this really interesting mix
I
up in
mean,
the
I'm
corner.
pretty sure that
So they'll
in
push
Street
you to
Fighter
the
2
corner,
he had
it's a
yoga
mix-up, and if
teleport.
They hit you, they launch you.
Yeah,
because
yoga
she has a
fire and
standing
yoga
fierce kick
teleport.
that's
That's what I
a launcher,
remember.
And they do a couple juggle
Yeah.
hits, and then they have this weird way to do a floating like heavy kick down, and it's almost like a mix-up or a meaty. And people can't seem to get out of it, and they
Snort
try,
right
it
in the
hits, and now
night.
you get another
Nice.
free combo in the corner. So essentially, if she gets you to the corner, she's got some really good tools to keep you locked and or mixed up and basically win the round. But that's what I've got to mess with today. So when I use Chun-Li today, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be going into her guide, learning the basics. I'll be going into her combo trials, learning some combos there. I already know the dash cancels from watching the video. I need to practice the dash cancels a little bit.
Here's what you need to do, Phil. You need to actually
it's like
practice
standing jab,
offline.
back fierce.
This
and
is
then
the
either
biggest
down,
thing about Phil, is that he only wants to practice when he's streaming. It's like, Phil, that's not enough for you to really get the game and practice it and make this second nature to you. And if you really want to get good, that's what you gotta do. But no, he's gonna be he's gonna go to platinum for these characters. Then he's gonna start getting stuffed of people who are better than him. Why does he take it so seriously, Dreamlink? I mean, he takes this stuff so seriously because here's why he takes this stuff so seriously. Because he was 4th place at EVO 2005. Because of he takes it seriously because he's trying to convince everybody. It's reason why he went to all those EVO qualifying events in 2006, even though he didn't need to. He's trying to prove to people that he is not a fluke in the fighting game community. He wants to prove not only to himself, but to everyone else, it's not a fluke. He is a top-level player, but he isn't.
light kick or down roundhouse. That's what everyone's using.
Like,
depending on spacing, and if you're going to
only
continue your combo,
did
if you're
really
continuing
well
your combo,
because
you down
he
light kick,
is
you
that
do a
he
second dash cancel,
exploited
continue the combo,
glitches
or
in
if you're
Super
gonna
Turbo,
end the combo, you do
especially
low
in a
roundhouse, you do combo with,
broken
like, spinning
port.
bird kick. So, got to see what we can do today. Will it work or not? I don't know. What we're going to do is we're going to first do the offline stuff, then we're going to go to casual matches. We're going to play casual matches for a little bit until I get my bearings, then we'll go right into ranked. Okay? So
Casual fucking... Bill, if you were half as good as you say you are, you would never need to go to a casual match.
how I did with Marisa the first time
Yeah.
I picked her a couple weeks ago. And we'll see how this
Yeah,
goes and go from there. Now,
Sid, you were
today is a
completely correct.
full
He's
day
a
of
one-hit
Street Fighter
wonder.
Street Fighter Friday.
It's a
all right?
fluke.
So it's all day long. The late stream tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we could either do more Chun-Li. Like, let's say I'm doing pretty good with Chun-Li and I've got momentum going and I'm learning and I'm like, man, I
doing
really want
back
to play more.
tournaments.
Then we could do more Chun-Li tonight and I'm okay
He's not
with that.
motivated
But
enough
maybe
to do
after
this,
using Chun-Li
and
for
assault
3
only
hours
builds
today,
up
we're a little
villains
burnt
and
out. Maybe you want a
disasters.
little bit of
But
variety.
Dreamlink,
Then
also,
maybe
you gotta
tonight I'll go back
remember,
to
we
really
are
really
in
outside
the
saying,
midlife
and
crisis
we'll go back to
era.
my better characters like Marisa or Blanca. I'm not sure.
He's in a
But we can think
complete
about it,
midlife
you know,
crisis.
and decide
he
for
is-
ourselves as the day
he's got
progresses.
nothing.
Okay. Ooh, excuse me.
Go fuck
So let's see
yourself.
what happens today. But it's all Street Fighter all day long. For those who've been craving it and you haven't had it since Tuesday, now you're gonna get your wish. All right. So I hope that you guys are excited for Street Fighter today. We might as well go through the schedule for the rest of the week so you guys know what else to expect, and then we'll talk about Final Fantasy 16. Okay. So tomorrow it's Saturday, and you know what that means? Saturday is React Day. It's DSP versus the internet over on DSP Reacts. So for those who haven't yet,
eventually
if you are a member
he's
over on that channel, which is
eventually
youtube.com/@DSP
DSP
Reacts,
is going to
please
peter
post
out
up
because
your
he just
videos
won't
for
be able to
tomorrow's
get me
React
money
show.
for it.
The way it works is the channel members nominate videos for me to watch. If they're an ultra member, meaning the highest level
tell you
supporter on
how
the
to
channel,
do
you
a
watch your video
thing.
guaranteed. Okay? If you're a standard member, well, I do a playlist, and it's a randomized order playlist. So everyone has a completely equal chance to have their videos watched because it's shuffled by YouTube. And so if you post up, you must post up by tonight. I'm going to say that again. You absolutely, positively must post up your videos by tonight. There's a lot of people who've been rushing in last minute to post up their videos, and sometimes I get them in, and sometimes I don't. You know, at the end of my stream tonight, my late night Street Fighter stream, I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to look at what videos have been nominated for the show tomorrow, and I'm going to make the playlist, and that's what stands for the show. So if you haven't yet, please nominate your videos, and hopefully...
Not only is he going to create the playlist, he's also going to basically set up the... he's going to pre-watch a lot of that stuff. That's also one of the biggest problems you have with his React content, is that he pre-watches a lot of this stuff. You know it's not a genuine reaction. He can't give his genuine reaction. for that. And
hopefully
God,
we'll have a great show.
His camera even now really does make it look like he has jaundice. I know he doesn't, but God, his
tomorrow,
camera
good variety
is
of
so
videos, and that's
his
the first
lighting is
stream
so bad.
over on DSP Reacts. Then tomorrow night is the continuation of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm actually excited for this because we've been doing pretty good in Zelda. Recently, we finished the 3rd dungeon, the Goron dungeon. Then we ended up exploring the world, and we got the map that shows all the different tiers, dragon tier locations. We actually unlocked a bunch of towers last time around, and we.
Phil, you didn't get to all the tiers. You didn't get to all the. You haven't even gone to the Gerudo part. Like Phil, like in like 35 or whatever 40 hours of gameplay, you are nowhere close to being done. Like Phil, this really shows how slow he plays this game. Like, yeah, I know you're not. Sorry, you're not excited. Yeah, and the thing is that because he wants to do these long days, like Friday, he wants to always play Street Fighter all day. It's just killing his night streams. Like, it's gonna take him probably weeks or months to finish Zelda. And fuck man, I finished Zelda already, and I wasn't going super fast. Like, some people, like, they burn through the plot, but it's like, I kind of took my time, and I'm like, you know what? It's time to finish that. And here's the thing. He thinks that, because he's got the Gerudo Temple, then he has to go back to the castle. That part's going to kick his ass. Then he has to go and get his, get the Sage of Furries, get her robot body. And then he's going to have to actually go and fight Ganondorf. And the problem with that is to go and fight, because he hasn't gone back to Robbie. Like, he looked at Hatena Village, just like, oh, you need to go back to Robbie? He's like, well, I'm not doing that. And it's like, yeah, Phil, you should probably do that so you can get a travel gate, because you're going to fucking need that before you go to the main villain. It's like, yeah, put the travel gate there, then you can leave and come back and be all charged up and ready to go. But yeah, he's slow. Oh, he's so slow.
We're heading to the southwest portion of the map.
So
Which is
slow.
going to head us down to the Gerudo area, where there's 2 more of the story-based memories, and then we're going to do the dungeon and the plot line there and go on from there. So Zelda progress has been great. It's been chill fun.
No, it has not been great. You are slow, and it's killing your playthrough.
On the mainstream, and then Sunday night will be the continuation.
Oh, the
of Diablo
boxing match is going to be great. Here's the thing: the boxing match is going to be great. Him having to fight the Ganondorf, the Phantom Ganon, is going to be great because he's not. He's basically going to make his sages do all the work for him,
depending on how it goes. Okay.
They don't do all
Monday
the work
then will be
for
the
him.
next session of Street Fighter 6. Monday night will be Zelda. Tuesday will be Final Fantasy paired with Diablo, and then Wednesday's up in the air. If you guys want more Street Fighter or more Final Fantasy, we could kind of play it by ear. And then same thing on that late stream. It could either be more Zelda or more Diablo based on your feedback. So we'll see. We're kind of leaving Wednesday open because I am here 7 days this week, 6 more streaming days, including today. It's a long streaming week for me. Okay.
Like, why
So
is he
obviously that's
doing
all
this
the
on
variety stuff.
Wednesday?
Hope it
Oh,
sounds
we'll
good to
just
you.
do it.
The next major
He's
new
making
release
them work like
will be
Pikmin.
sometime
Like,
in July. Right now, my streaming schedule is very set. Street Fighter and Final Fantasy alternating on the day streams.
well, here's
Diablo
the
and
thing
Zelda
about it
alternating
is
on the
that
night
he's
streams. That's what I'm focusing on for now. I know
he's
that
not-
there's other games I haven't played. There's nothing I can do about that. We're doing our best here. We're juggling everything, right? I'm trying to
juggling
everyone, which I can't really
everything.
do.
Phil, if you were
But,
juggling everything,
slow
you
and steady,
actually
good
would
progress in all the new games, right?
not
So there
put
you go.
Street
Now,
Fighter in the
next
night
big event
stream.
coming up is DSP's Digital Summer Party, which is actually coming up on July 2nd, Sunday. Mark your calendars. It's a marathon
Look
style
at
event.
this.
We have
Look at this. At no point did he ever say, let's actually set this up with the... No, this looks awful, Phil. God, I really wish Fantastic Mr. Sam would go do even more of, like, how bad his stream setup is. Like, and I know that you've got this actually real-looking TV here, and you guys got me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just being an asshole over here. But the fact is, look at this. This man wants money to not even, like it's cutting off some of his outline. Like, this is the problem. Oh, Frosty Beats. Yeah, Ganondorf will one-shot his ass. I thought, like, he was whooping my ass. Like, yeah, if he actually because one, he is going to get destroyed getting there because he doesn't have any of these travel medallions. Basically, the chat will have to tell him, you need to go get Robbie, get the travel medallion, then go back through the whole thing. He has no food at all either. So he's fucked. The thumbnails make him look like a serial killer. It really is. Like, also, DSP's DSP. What was it Poems said? His wife thought, oh, DSP's dick sucking party? Or I'm just thinking of, like, DMC the DMC starring Phil from Dark Side Phil Gaming. It's like, it's so terrible. Like, no, nothing about this says Digital Summer Party. So him putting this is just him stroking his own ego, and it's like
so much that it's going to happen during this event. Seriously, it's basically a week from
What?
this Sunday. And just listen to all the stuff we're doing. Okay, first of all, special festivities just for this event. I won't spoil what they are, but there'll be some special things. I'll be
Well, if you're not going to spoil what the festivities are, why am I going to go? Like, Phil, you idiot. You need to actually, you need this to be like a fucking wrestling card. You need to go down the card. This is the problem. He doesn't even, he's a wrestling fan who doesn't even understand how wrestling is all about getting people to actually watch these things, because you do things like market them. You had to market the matches and shit like that. He can't figure this shit out.
be drinking during the event, having a, you know, maybe a little bit.
Recovering alcoholic, everybody, drinking, having hard liquor. He is in such denial that he is an alcoholic still. Like, this is the thing that really gets to me about this, is that he's an addict, and he keeps like, oh, but you know, I'm a former addict. It's like, no, when you're an addict for fucking life. It's like it's kind of like his whole, oh, it was talking about depression, and now he's not depressed no more. It's like, Phil, if you're talking about depression, actually clinical depression, that's something that lasts for someone's entire life. Yeah, and the problem is, Dreamlink, is that all these fucking Dutch brothers, anybody who sends him alcohol, has enabled this man's addiction. And the fact is that, like, yeah, every event's an excuse to drink. Yes, Sid, that's the problem. It is an event. It's an excuse. It's now he is an addict. He's relapsing, and he's saying himself like, oh, I don't drink as much as I used to or whatever, but I don't believe that's true. I believe he is now, my personal belief is, I think he's using alcohol to dull his dental pain, because he does have dental pain. But yeah, he wants to drink on stream, but he wants to hide that he's drinking on stream. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Bit of beer, a few shots here or there.
A beer, a few shots here and there. Like what he doesn't get is that this is how recovering alcoholics fall right back off the wagon and just start really drinking hard. Like, I've never met a recovering alcoholic who actually is a recovering alcoholic, who didn't say like, I have to stay away from alcohol for the rest of my life, or else even just one, I'll go right back to what I used to be doing.
I'll probably take a shot live on stream like we did last time. You guys really seem to like that gimmick.
Gimmick.
Update. We're going to go through the gaming schedule for the entire rest of the year and mark off all the big high-profile new releases and the dates they're coming out, and we're going to work together through interaction on that stream to determine what games I should actually play at release. Notably this year, the months of September, October, and November are going to have tremendous amounts of releases in a short period of time. There is no way I'm going to be able to play them all. So we have to determine what are the big, high-profile games that you guys want to see right away, and what are the ones that maybe you'd like to see long-term, but we could skip at release and play later on, like, say, come late November, December, when the game releases slow down, and there's a lot more opportunity to play catch-up, okay? So, we shall talk about this.
Yeah, another job first chat.
Segment.
Like,
in addition, there's going to be...
this is the thing why he needs some of those smaller games, or a little bit of variety. I still really would love to see him try to do that Spike Chudsoft game. I don't know if that's out yet. I have to take a look at that was that Master Detective file, or Detective Archives. Like, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that one's coming. Oh, that's coming out next week. Ooh, I gotta pick that up. I want to play that game. Like, yeah, you mean you? Yeah, that's the thing. But here's the thing, Dreamlink. Think about this. He has basically tried to forfeit all. He wants to forfeit all of his accountability with this. So it's the chat's job to do this, because if the chat does it, then he can argue, well, it's not my oh, you guys wanted it, and when it doesn't work well, he can just do that. I still need to play AI the Somnium Files. Yeah, well, the thing about the Master Detectives is it plays. It looks like it's gonna play a lot like It's gonna play it, and it looks so much like Danganronpa. I'm kind of hoping we might get some references to Danganronpa, and I really, really want to see if we can get, you know, I want alternate universe Mew to come back. Come on. Come on. Give us the horniest character in video games. Come on now. Come on. Same day as Ghost Trick. Like,
some tier maker special stuff. We're going to be ranking American Fair Food, possibly Street Fighter characters or other stuff.
American Fair Food? What the fuck does that even
I'll also be doing
mean?
some Street Fighter 6 gameplay during the event, just for variety. Also, my wife will be making multiple different recipes of American Fair Food. I believe she said she's going to make 2 major things and then a dessert during the event, which will be doing a mukbang / DSP or feasting with Phil special, whatever you want to call it. We did this,
feasting with Phil.
last
It takes
month for the
it's
Fight
like
Feast, and you guys
my wife.
We broke it up. My wife. So
his wife's gonna do all the work for it. He can't cook
it's
at
a
all.
Huge variety
Yeah,
of
American
event
Fair
on July
style
2nd.
food. Like what the fuck?
Topics, a ton of different
like
things. It's
are you talking like the county fair? You gonna do like fucking corn dogs? You gonna do fucking you know, a funnel cake? You gonna make a funnel cake, Phil? I don't think you're making a goddamn funnel cake. Do you even know how to make a funnel cake? You make batter, you put it in oil, boom, there's a funnel cake. You put some powdered sugar on it. Holy shit, if they make that thing fresh, Jesus fucking Christ. Man, fucking man, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna be like you're gonna turn into the fucking Boulder in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Fucking hell. I gotta stay away from that shit. I'm trying to lose weight, not gain it.
It's going to be very fun and a party-like atmosphere for the beginning of the summer. I hope you guys will join me live if you can. And
beginning of the summer, my brother in fucking Christ. It's almost the end of June. The fuck are you talking about? The beginning of summer. Oh, that's right. That's right. This motherfucker seems to believe he always goes by, well, June 21st is the beginning of summer. No, that's the summer solstice, okay? That's midsummer. That's the middle of summer. Basically, the idea was always going to be like, yeah, no, that's kind of your middle of summer. Like, back in the day, they kind of thought May was also a little bit the summer. It's like, Phil, that's not the beginning of summer isn't July. It's June. I always go by the old adage of the pool opens at the beginning of summer and closes at the end of summer. So we go, it opens at Memorial Day, closes at Labor Day. Guess what? That's summer. But yeah, making many things, 3 things. Yeah, and it's his wife doing it. I felt like summer is when it hit 90 for 2 weeks straight. Oh, Frosty Beats, we all have our things. He likes to use the quote-unquote official calendar bits, but that doesn't fucking work because that would mean that the winter solstice, the 21st of December, would be what he would think is the beginning of winter. It's like, no, Phil. Winter starts a lot earlier. The whole thing about Christmas and that is it's supposed to be the middle of winter. That's the whole point, that the solstice is supposed to be the middle of those seasons. At least that's how it was back in pagan days. They didn't know no better. And besides, you know, a lot of places, oh, hey, we're going to celebrate the midsummer and then celebrate the winter solstice. Fuck yeah, parties and shit.
Available on demand, split up between here and DSP Reacts. We'll have different various segments that'll be pretty interesting, okay?
No, it won't. There's going to be
Good
nothing,
stuff.
Phil.
All right, so that's coming up. Then also, in July, my next long-form special React event has been solidified. June the King has released a documentary on Machinima. I am stoked. This is exactly what I was looking for. I told you guys I was looking for someone.
He's looking so that he can bash Machinima, even though the fact is, Phil, without that Machinima, you would be nothing. You would be back on YouTube with nothing but the holding your hat because the fact is you fucked up your own AdSense account. Then the fact, like, this is why he doesn't want to do anything on his old Dark Side Phil account. Never say, oh, well, that's an old game. No, he doesn't want to because it's not enabled for ads anymore. He is, yeah, it's more drama. Well, of course, Aqua Saber's more drama because that's the only thing that really sells. It's more drama. He is basically at this point just trying to be like, oh, well, you know, Machinima fucked me over. It's like, dude, Machinima fucked a lot of people over, but they gave you more. And they try to help your ass so that you would be better. But now, you didn't listen to them, and you're stuck here just trying to do that. Yeah, it's in the past, dude.
In a big capacity because I was a part of their partner network for over 6 years. I was one of the holdout YouTubers who stayed with them the longest through their highs and lows. And I have so much to talk about. Let me give you...
It's a video, not just a video to be negative to Detractor Mania. It's a video for him to basically act like he was right in all this stuff. Yeah, and the Sid, you're right. You're completely right. He's just gonna dance on someone else's grave. That's all he does. The holdout YouTuber. Like, here's the thing about it, Phil. They made you a shitload of money, and then you pissed it all away. It's gone. You made over $1 million in your YouTube career, probably almost close to 2 million, and you've pissed it all away. Stop looking at the past, guys. Hey, look, a chance to bash people in my past. Yeah. And wait until June the King if he finally does a DSP video where it's just like saying, yeah, no, this guy plays WWE Champions. Because guess what, Phil? You never disproved it, and now you can't disprove it. Someone would actually need to see your phone, go into your phone and see the account. It's the only way.
Give you some perspective here. Just this morning, I opened up my email, and I just on a whim, I typed Machinima. Hundreds of emails popped up from over the years, my dealings with Machinima, and the stuff that I used to be involved in, the way that they used to react to stuff. Basically all the supplemental information from being a Machinima partner for as long as I was. And it's all at my fingertips because I saved it all. So,
and yet the fact is that, you know, with other people, you didn't have, you know, everything go. This man's a fucking hoarder. How long till Phil turns on June? Wet Floor, Phil will turn on June the moment June does a DSP video, because I don't see, I personally am not going to see June completely just taking Phil's side on a lot of stuff, but yeah, pay him back for all the stone kind of. The Sid, I don't think he wants anything to do with Phil. I think that he kind of knows that, you know, because think about it, he tried to, remember, he tried to get in with Frederick Nelson. Oh, we could do another Down the Rabbit Hole. And then, oh yeah, he is doing a Phil video. It's going to be weird. But here's the thing. He wanted to get with Frederick Nelson. It's like, hey, let's do another one, and I'll give you all this stuff. And Frederick Nelson's like, no, I'm good, because he knew exactly what Phil was doing. He's like, oh, what Phil wants to do is he's trying to get into it so that he could basically try to, you know, fuck with the thing. And yeah. That being said, already predicting the outcome of the June vid. I didn't hear what that being said. Aqua said, what did they say about that? June won't use baby gloves. He didn't with Wings and LTG. I hope he doesn't, but you know, who knows at this point.
When we're watching
I've been disappointed before.
Not only am I going to be able to react from personal,
Phil sucked up to him, not the other way around. I know that's
saying.
Sid,
like, this is
but
gonna be
you know,
pretty interesting. The company's out of business. There is no privacy concerns because the company can't say anything. They don't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, on Twitter? Okay, I gotta look at that stuff on Twitter. Okay. Like, Phil, it's still not considered a good thing for you to, you know, basically give out private, especially giving out business information even now would still look like really bad. Super Puppy is going to threaten June to not releasing the Phil video. That'll be interesting because June would just say it and say, yeah, I'm releasing it. What the fuck are you going to do? And again, then might even try and do that, but yeah.
So it'll be very interesting. I'm actually going to bring out Machinima merch and all kinds of shit for this very special event, the big Machinima React event. That'll be coming up in July. When exactly?
All the merch that he has, shit like the fucking
July, so it stands to reason
Xbox 360. People would probably pay a good bit of money for, but he won't sell.
Yeah, I mean, this is a get roasted Machinima. Forget roasting. How about the fucking burial of Machinima, right? Like, seriously, there was some time, it was so ridiculous the way they went about certain things, and you're gonna see one of the things they say is this frat boy culture. I mean, yeah, it was like run by a bunch of people who didn't know what they were doing, and just, oh, look, I have money on my lap. What do I do with this? Let's burn through it right away.
Phil, that's what you do. You get, Phil, you had hundreds of thousands of dollars per year and you burned through it, Phil. You put $13,000 into a down payment on a fucking townhouse in Washington, and you went and got fucking credit cards to move all of your shit across the fucking country, Phil. You burned through money like it was, like, you went through money like it was fucking water. Yeah, they bail, and that's the thing talking about. Not only they bail him out, I believe a lot of the original takedowns were from Machinima. They kept him, and yeah, like the This Is How You Don't Play, like the original This Is How You Don't Play, the original Red Supre videos, all kind of got claimed. A lot of them were by Machinima. Oh, Tatum, of course, Poe Tatum, he is already, whether he's watched it already or not, before the react, he is going to have watched it. Like, that's my problem with the long form reactions that he does with these, is that he's already watched this stuff, so it's just boring.
What? Anyway, well, it's going to be a fun event, and that's going to be coming up in July. We'll talk more about it as we get to July, and we'll schedule it, and then we'll start figuring out the exact specifics of what I'm going to do during that event. But obviously, there's going to be a live react to the June the King documentary, and there'll be many other things happening then as well, okay?
Oh, that one I want to see him get drunk, because he might
so
say
that's
something
going to be exciting in July. That's a lot of stuff coming up, right? Now, the other big event that I know for a fact I'll be doing,
hell, they
late
took
August,
you to
early September,
fucking
ladies and gentlemen,
cons and shit
it
like
is
that.
my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. As of this fall, okay? I will actually be, you can believe it, 15 years as a YouTuber and daily content creator.
Oh,
Every day pumping out
yeah,
new things with you guys, sharing my
he
life
takes away.
experiences with you.
They
It's been
slide
that
me,
dang
they
long.
must
And
burn,
so I'm
because
gonna have a
he
big celebration
always,
end of August,
all he
early
cares
September.
about is
It's gonna
that.
be multifaceted. There's going to be a retrospective event where we go down memory lane and you guys will nominate moments for me to react to from my 15-year history as a content creator.
I want to actually, you know what? I would love to, oh, you know what? This is the time I'm okay with LARPers doing this, because I want to see things like him having to react to like the hospital story and all that stuff, and where he's actually like talking about that shit, and you actually can, like, how are you gonna explain yourself out of this one, motherfucker? Like, actually get him some of the embarrassing shit. Dude, the one I would really like is that one where he has to, where he leaves the stream to go wake up his girlfriend who's sick so she can make his dinner. I want to see that. I want to see him where you really see him as a giant piece of shit.
There's going to be obviously probably some fun tier maker stuff. We already have a special
And that's the thing, Wet Floor, is he that when he wrongs other people, he can't see that he's doing it. Like the whole thing with respect to
there's
Pat.
going to be some special.
He can't see that
really
he
special
fucked them over. Why
like
they just quit? They stopped. It's like that's on him.
I never did a full playthrough of it.
He wants to retro snort
right? Stuff like that.
He has
Brings
nothing else to pull. No one wants his gaming BS, his react channel cancer. Oh yeah, but here's the thing. He's got nothing else. I mean,
heading through the summer into the fall, very busy gaming season.
You've said this before. I remember we discussed this. It's
Thank you
always
for
been
supporting the
wait till the
content.
next
As you know,
release.
I'm an
Wait till the
independent
next
content
release,
creator. I
which
have
is
no
a
partnerships,
month,
no
6 months from
no
now.
product placements, absolutely none of that. It's all about you guys watching and supporting the content every single day here on the stream and on demand. Thank you to those who have. Yesterday was a big day with Final Fantasy 16.
No, it wasn't, Phil.
Thanks to those who watched the videos.
It wasn't a big day. You made $150 total. You didn't make $150 in the first stream. That was a premiere stream and it bombed. Yeah, his channel's dying more and more. He has killed all the dolphins. He's run them all off. The whales are going to get tapped out. He's going to have nothing. This is not a... He is asking for more than his fan base can provide.
Left likes, left comments on the videos, and are continuing to do so. That is critical and key to the success of this channel. So thank you for that. And thank you for continuing to support my efforts to be a
well, here's the thing, Wet Floor. Yeah, it's underwater and it's on fire, but think about it. He's now still holding out. He wants to hold out until he can get that refinance.
That's really awesome, and it's thanks to you.
I was doing the editing for this, for the Zelda This I Don't Play, and he pulled up the whole thing about the refinance. Oh, you know, because the feds fucked everything up because of the fucking... He literally brought this up that, oh, the feds fucked everything up. That's why the interest rates had to go up, which really shows how fucking retarded he is, because he doesn't understand why interest rates get raised. Bill, you raise interest rates to curb inflation. Do you understand inflation, where the value of a dollar goes basically almost permanently down because we don't have anything like deflation? It's like, yeah, oh yeah, the and Wet Floor, you're right. I've talked to JG on this. The refinancing is basically the trap card that life will put that down, and he is gonna fuck himself over. What's the next game except Starfield? He doesn't like Final Fantasy 16. Wants Zelda gone. Diablo on life support. Street Fighter pisses him off. Yeah, and it's that. And he won't play other games. Like, he won't play The Master Detective, which should come out next week. That'd be a good time to like drop Zelda or whatever the fuck. Do that. Do a nice, long, visual novel style game. He has months before Starfield will bore people. And he has no retro games. He burned through them last year, that whole summer of retro. He's burned through any of them that are of interest. Like, the fuck, man? He can't do another Zelda game because he's he burned through everyone's interest in Zelda. So it's not like he could go and do Zelda 1 or Ocarina of Time or any of the other, like, hell, fuck, man. Like, you've got all that on the Switch. Like, and I know he doesn't have Switch Online because, you know, this guy's fucking regarded the fact that you have that, you should have Game Pass, you have PS Plus, and Nintendo Switch Online. You should have all that. Because think of it, he could go through all the things. He could go through, there's fucking Minish Cap. Minish Cap is a much more, I believe, a pretty more straightforward kind of Zelda. That would be something. I know, like, Dingus was playing that, and I want to play that. I want to stream that one. Wants Chrono Trigger, but he won't play PC. Yeah, it's, of course. Final Fantasy 6 PR.
Above and beyond, dropping a super chat. Or a super
oh,
sticker, right?
that
or
was gonna be rough.
Sid,
that would be rough.
We usually have really good attendance for Street Fighter.
Those life's in shambles, and he refuses to acknowledge there's a problem doing everything right. He's done nothing wrong.
Memberships are
Yeah,
a great way to
like,
do that.
The refinance is basically the ticking time bomb. Because as soon as he gets behind the payments, they're gonna take the house. And once they take the house, it's gonna be the thing of once it's obvious that they're gonna take the house, then it becomes, does Kat leave his ass? Or does she, because here's the thing, he's got to pack all the shit up and move all the way back to Connecticut and live with mommy and daddy. And here's the thing of what mom and Mama Linda is going to say, the only way you live here is if you give me grandbaby. And he's not going to be able to talk his way out of that. Once Uncle Sam finds out about Phil, it'll be something. Well, here's the problem. Uncle Sam doesn't really give a fuck. But the refinance is just going to take his house. He's going to be fucked. And think about it. You think Mama Linda and Daddy Dave is going to really want to hear him yelling and screaming and begging all day? Like, Daddy Dave might actually force him to apply for jobs. I mean, he'll tank the interview because he doesn't want to do it, but it's going to be like, okay, fine. That'd be funny. Like, oh yeah, they die. They give the house to Melissa, and Melissa's just, or I think it's Melissa's. That's his cousin. And she's just like, no, get the fuck out. And he's homeless. I love it enough to play randomizer on Final Fantasy 6. He could do speedrun commentary. It would be infurious and stupid. I'll stroke out. Oh yeah,
that's been great recently, so thank you for that as well.
No, they have it.
PayPal,
Phil.
if you prefer. And just thanks in general. Remember, if you contribute during this pre-stream / podcast, I will shout it out at the end of the show. It's basically the last segment of the show is when I do shout outs for all of your contributions. Okay.
Phil, let's take a look at that. Okay, so the last time that he really did well was last Blue Day was the 9th. Now, he did really, really well the opening of fucking, now, the second he did really, really well, but that's because Jax Raxer added that $1,000 tip. Other than that, he wouldn't have gotten all the way. But look at this. He's gotten yellows. He's gotten a lot of yellows, and he's gotten a lot of reds. He's gotten a lot of yellows, and only a few greens. Like, the color is not that great. And Phil, I think, is starting to feel that shit. That's why he had that black begging shirt last time. Oh, GG's in that one. Okay.
Sound good? All right, excellent.
Okay, he's the inspiration of what not to become. I don't think they would leave him their house if he loses his. Oh, they won't chalk
so
him. No,
I played
it'll go to the cousin.
My air conditioner's on. I'm just making sure that's set.
Refinance will end the DSP. It will completely shatter that.
All right. And a lot of people, in my opinion, already gave it. I did a YouTube short about this last night. I don't know if you
that one nice guy. It really is. It's a Greek tragedy. But I'd like his own flaws cause his downfall.
Or elaborate more on that. Okay, so the first 2 hours of Final Fantasy 16 are intriguing because it really feels like you're watching a television show. There's almost no gameplay to be had whatsoever. The little gameplay there is just basic tutorials, and really never you feel like you have control of any character. It's just you're along for a ride.
Either he bought a cheap ass car and already
or Dookie or however the hell you pronounce it, and how gameplay there is just basic tutorials, and really never do you feel like you have control of any character. It's just you're along for a ride as you get backstory of this family, this imperial family, the Ducky or Dookie or however the hell they pronounce it.
Duchy! It's a real fucking word! Like, the duchy is the area that is under control of a duke. What the fuck? See, the ducky or dookie or whatever the fuck how it's called, it's like, Phil, like, this is what makes it look like you're stupid because you can't actually pronounce anything. If anything else, I feel bad about, I'd feel bad, but no, I don't feel bad about them losing their house because the fact is, Phil, like, it's Cat obviously doesn't give a fuck, so I don't really feel it. Like, basically, the idea is like, yeah, no, imagine he gave it to a real charity instead of this black hole of money. Yeah, like and the thing, he doesn't think he has a gambling problem. He does.
And how they're part of this empire, and I guess the empire betrays them and doesn't trust them, and it really does a lot of world building with the lore of certain people in this world are called dominants, and they're the people who control these giant mystical creatures. In previous Final Fantasy games, these were actually the summons or the eidolons, and this one they're called icons. So, summon monsters like Phoenix, or Ifrit, or Shiva, or Titan. Well, there's people who actually have these creatures tied to them, and it seems like these are integral to the way that the world is controlled in the world of Final Fantasy 16, because if you control that, basically, it's, you have power.
Yeah, that one nice guy, it's clear she doesn't care.
And so right off the bat, at the beginning of the game, there's betrayal, and there's people killing each other, and there's sexual relationships that are focused on and all of this. And the one thing that I can say,
isn't demanding to know this, it's like there's nothing I can do.
They absolutely positively watched the entire show, and they love Game of Thrones, and they tried to turn Final Fantasy into Game of Thrones, okay?
I mean, Phil, Game of Thrones is a huge, like, when Game of Thrones is one of the biggest fucking fantasy things of the last few years. Like, yeah, it's kind of like how a lot of fantasy, basically kind of lifts heavily from Tolkien. Now they're going to lift heavily from Game of Thrones. This is how it is. The well-known, franchises become regular. It's like with sci-fi. It's like, oh, sci-fi before, like, if you look at sci-fi, you can tell at 1977 when you see a difference between pre-Star Wars and fucking post-Star Wars, like, whatever, like, to me, it does look like there's a good bit of intrigue. It looks like it's got some influences of fucking Game of Thrones, and that's not a problem. Yeah, it will be justified. Used Phil for all he has. I mean, Aqua Saber, that will destroy him utterly because he's not getting anybody else. You think he's gonna get what was it, fake ass lady? Man, she ain't gonna help him. He's such a stupid fucked critique to people talk to each other after sex must be Game of Thrones. I mean, here's the thing: if there's got a lot of political intrigue,
Game of Thrones,
it might be Game of Thrones.
Then you
I don't know.
Get it.
I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, so I don't fucking know.
This game is a far departure from it, in my opinion. Now that's okay. You don't want every Final Fantasy to feel the same, but at the same time, I hate to say it, Game of Thrones isn't nearly as prominent as it used to be. This game.
I mean, Phil, House of the Dragon just came up, and I'll say this: House of the Dragon got some people who were like, I don't like the later seasons of Game of Thrones. Oh, this feels like older seasons of Game of Thrones. And here's the thing. That's just the kind of thing of fantasy. Like, it's one of the flavors, which is a lot of the intrigue, a lot of the fighting of houses. That kind of stuff is there. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like if a Final Fantasy is to borrow off of the Witcher series and use some of those flavors. You can do that. That's fine. Fair, but he's saying it over and over like it's factually not just his dense opinion. Like, to me, I'm thinking, from what I've seen, it's like, okay, there might be some influences there, and there's nothing wrong with an influence. Naked people in Final Fantasy must be Game of Thrones. Combat has dodging and parrying. Get Dark Souls. Yes, Aqua Saber. I get it. He can only think of one thing. I'm thinking of it like, well, that makes sense. This is definitely, high fantasy has a lot of that as borrow. Now is the popular thing is going to be borrowed. And here's the thing. Yeah, the sex thing isn't the whole thing of a Game of Thrones, but if it is much more the intrigue, much more the infighting of houses and stuff like that. That to me is a little more the Game of Thrones. At least that's for me. It's like that's the kind of stuff that could be interesting. It's like Game of Thrones. It's intended to be like Game of Thrones. You could say it's like Game of Thrones. Yeah, I say it seems like it seems like it's Game of Thrones. Yeah, we don't know what it is intended to be because I can't read the developers' minds, but it seems like it has some influences. And that's all good for me. I don't care. You have to. The big point of the potential of the refinance. Cat divorces Phil, he has to pay alimony. Oh, wet floor. Yeah. Here's the thing. If he gets the refinance and if he doesn't lose the house, he has to sell it. And there's a divorce. She's gonna take the money. So that would basically mean he comes up with bupkis, with gugats.
Game came out 10 years ago. Maybe I would have been like, oh my god, it's groundbreaking or whatever. But Game of Thrones has kind of like been there, done that, right? And, people moved on from it, quite frankly. And now this game comes out trying to be like that. And it's kind of a little confusing. It's kind of like they felt like it took too long for the game to come out or something. You know what I'm saying?
This is hilarious because this really kind of shows that Phil doesn't understand that when it comes to the world of media, influences take a lot fucking longer. Like, fuck, man. Like, Star Wars influenced, media and movies for decades after it came out. And yeah, this is, he's acting like games can fucking poof materialize. Yeah, it takes years to create, and the fact is that like maybe the director did see some Game of Thrones and it's like, I kind of like that. I would like to do a fantasy game for it. You got to wait for the dev cycle to come to, okay, 15's done. Now we're ready to work on 16. This is what I want to do. And you can do that. And the fact is that if it's done well, it's great. If it isn't, well, that is the case, but who knows? He wants an amazing game per month. Like, he really does not understand what it takes to get games made.
Maybe if the Game of Thrones TV show had a better finale, but everyone knows that everyone hated season 8's end, right?
Again, Phil, yeah, but House of the Dragon I watched House of the Dragon, and I'm like, oh, I didn't like season 8 of Game of Thrones. I know Drax is stinky cheese these days, but I'm talking about like early on, like when, like 1977, like, and into the 80s, when it was like, oh no, Star Wars, it kind of basically it influenced like all of the sci-fi, political intrigue, Spartacus, the Tudors, Rome, etc. I mean, you're right, Cenobite Mommy. There is definitely a lot of other and especially like Spartacus, Rome. I believe those were HBO. I don't know about the Tudors, but yeah, political intrigue has been a thing. I guess because it's fantasy is where it's coming from, and even that I'm probably doing that as well. But it's Phil, it's because I haven't played it, and I actually haven't really watched any of it. So, I mean, I will admit that what I'm seeing is just the little itty bitty bits I know. I don't know a goddamn thing about the plot. But it looks like Mal's saying is about the oppressed by those in authority are free to make their own choices. Well, yeah, and that's definitely. He says this while playing a game series where the gods are named after mythological creatures. Game of Thrones, low dark fantasy. Final Fantasy is aiming for dark fantasy with magic being prevalent, so it's a bit high. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely much more high. Like, the magic definitely is more high fantasy. Phil has no idea what he's talking about. He has no idea what he wants in the game. So,
after the initial 2 hours of cutscenes back to finally play the game a bit. And here's what I will say: the gameplay elements so far are interesting, and the more I play. So
Trax, you're right. Anime, like shonen animes, use the same tropes for goddamn 50 fucking years.
Charge spells. You got the ability to like dash into an enemy to do a combo starter, or dash to an enemy who's in midair, do an air juggle.
Anti-slavery.exe.
As you unlock new abilities,
and yeah, in the like medieval fantasy, your serfs didn't have money rights. That's just how it was. They had some rights, but not a lot of rights.
In this case, it's the Phoenix. So
you worked for your lord. That's it.
Or a big ability where you do like a shockwave of fire.
He's not played enough to know anything. Okay.
Spin attack that catches a bunch of enemies in with flame attack. I would say actually
it does look interesting, but I'm not a Final Fantasy person, so
you couldn't really deal much damage to enemies until you
got their stagger meter. He wants a terrible justification to be a fucking prude about sex. Yeah, it's not like you even saw. You didn't see titty and you didn't see dick. It's just. It was just a man and a woman having sex. And then they get staggered. Now it's like unload on with maximum damage.
Okay. And for now, I'm playing 5 hours in. I have one teammate, I won't spoil, but I have one teammate who you can actually create combos with. So you can hit a bunch, and they come in and hit, and you can extend your combo, follow up. It's kind of
also,
nice.
He makes the game look boring as dirt, which is a shame. The game's good so far. That's
good.
I hope that it's really good, because I know there's a lot of Final Fantasy fans out there, and this is a big one.
I don't know, right? Like right now, you can
Square Enix needs this. They need a hit so that Sony will be like, hey, maybe we will buy you.
And it seems to be getting even better the more you play. For example, last night, the last thing I
all you see is bareback and some side boob.
Man, this is tough. This is going to be chaotic.
That's it, side boob?
Why? Because when you're fighting 2 enemies at once, you can't
you like that side boob?
2 bosses.
Well, you shouldn't, because that's my side boob.
Dodge everything on the first try. So I'm like, dude, I'm definitely going to end up
like bareback and side boob is like, okay, that's tame as fuck. So you might like that might get you just a low PG-13.
And finally, I actually kill one of them, and I'm like, oh, so now it's down to 1v1.
500 plus dislikes on his premiere. That makes sense. What he did not get that many tips.
I can easily perfect dodge those, and I literally beat the boss with no healing.
He does not have a whale for it.
But I got it done. I was like, wow. So the game kind of is a combination of gameplay of action-based games you've played before,
under
strategy involved from RPG style. It's kind of an interesting combat concept.
Cenobite Mommy, I'm gonna actually agree with you on that. Underboob is better than side boob.
Music pretty good as well. Although I haven't
heard anything that are like normally can be like defying physics.
It's pretty good. Graphics. Here's something
nude, but nothing not safe for work.
Yeah, the graphics look great, but
it would probably be like
this is a
someone said like
exclusive.
Don't wear
All right?
watch that
They
while
spent
you're
all their
working,
time
but not
developing
like
this game to run on PS5.
promotions.
You're telling me, with all that time
Sony
developing
has
it just for
been
that
has
console,
shit for
you can't
games
get your
for
game to run at
PS5. I
260
understand
frames.
why
That's a
exclusive.
problem.
Oh yeah, Aqua
I'm sorry, that's a problem. The game should be smooth 60, and it's not. It definitely dips a lot, especially in combat. And yeah, sometimes when
it's
the frame rate is
not
getting a little choppy, it can be pretty tricky
60.
to be able to do counter
Wait.
because it
Shut
is
the
frustrating to see it
fuck
dip and then
up.
spike and then dip again. I am upset.
Do you really not understand? Like all boobs, Chalky Milk doesn't. All boobs are S tier. They are. However, if the fact is I had to choose of a teasing of boobs, I gotta go with Cenobite Mommy and say underboob is underboob kind of gets me a little more. I kind of like underboob a little bit more than just side boob. Side boob, no. But yeah, boobs are S tier. They're always S tier. Yeah, like and that's the Trunks. You're right. He's buying games for 60 frames per second, but the fact is that with the heightened abilities of graphics, like 60 frames is hard to do if you're trying to do that. It's like, dude, window or under? Ooh, Aqua Saber. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, windows are nice, but I don't. The thing about underboob is underboob you get a little bit of it's a little more fun for the underboob because you can get a little more movement, a little more jiggle in animation and stuff like that. But a boob window is really nice. It depends. I'm gonna say it depends. Wet floor is an ass man. Under window. Potato, there is no under window. But yeah. But wet floor, you did make this earlier. It's on thin ice because he doesn't have a whale, and that is the big thing. Everyone uses engines, so it's different engines harder to hit 60. Yeah, like this is all about optimization. Underboob, I feel the need to cup with my hands. Cenobite, that might, yeah. The fact is that a boob window, it's like you just want to stick your face in there. Underboob, it's like, you need some help, some support. Here, I got hands. There you go. There's some support. So it really depends on what you want to do.
Full $70, PS5 exclusive right now. It's timed exclusive. It should be running 60, and it's not, and that's disappointing. So that is one major gripe I have with the game, is the graphics. They should improve them over time. I would hope they do, but man, that resolution as well as the frame rate fluctuates, and it's very frustrating. The other thing that really annoys me, okay, I'm all for story, but it really feels like this game is very heavy-handed with the story. I mean, when you're having entire, 10, 15, 20-minute spans of cutscenes with, walk for 10 feet and then another cutscene, right? It's ridiculous.
Phil, you played fucking Yakuza. You have no fucking... Like, Phil, you play Yakuza. That's what you play Yakuza for, so you can take a nap. He's trying way too hard to emulate Total Biscuit with his 60 frames or fail mentality. Yeah, but, like, and here's the thing with Total Biscuit was, like, that was just Total Biscuit. Like, you don't emulate Total Biscuit. You don't want to do that. Yeah, as long as one mode has a solid FPS, all you need. Yeah, thick thighs and thick socks, also top tier. Trunks is speaking truth. Yes, thick thighs with thigh-high socks, especially where they constrict a little bit, so you get that little overhang. That's some fucking... That is some powerful shit. Booba is always a good derail, and a good derail from the guy. Final Fantasy heavy on the story. You're such a lie, Phil. You're not in the story. Yeah, he fell asleep during... He didn't just fall asleep during Yakuza. He fell asleep during Final Fantasy. These things put him to sleep. Skate fast, eat ass. Just a bit... Yeah, a bit of thigh squish from the socks. Yes. If it's... Yeah, that's the thing. You just... It's not, it doesn't have to be a whole lot, but just a little bit where you can see, okay, the socks, or whether it's, or whether socks or stockings or whatever the fuck, create a little bit of little constrict, just a little bit, and you get that little bit of basically think of it like the thigh kind of muffin top kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, yum, 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 yum. Good stuff.
ridiculous. Like, I understand they have a story they want to get out
so,
here. But
Aqua Teal, it's like, it's so weird because it's like, yeah, that's the kind of anime kind of thing I'm liking.
Okay.
But Okami was showing me Uno, and you're just like, these are just
I want
thin people. They're
but I
got
don't want to just
nothing.
sit here and watch a movie. And I feel like yesterday, out of the 5 hours I played, I watched a 3-hour movie, and then I had 2 hours of gameplay.
Oh, Drax, he's so far in the closet, he's hanging out with Mr. Tumnus, all right?
Better in time. Maybe that was just because of the early setup and everything they had that much, and now there'll be more of a balance moving forward, I hope.
Final Fantasy made Phil fall asleep, kept Ice up for 13 hours.
The other thing.
Yeah, I know Ice Yamamoto was so...
Everything I've done is you're just going here and you're doing it.
He was
right?
so
I mean,
hyped for this.
A little bit of extra time looking around an extra corner or path for an extra item and fight a couple extra normal enemies, but there's been nothing significant with open world or exploration or anything in the first 5 hours. Now, could it be this is one of those Final Fantasy games where you have to spend 20+ hours before you get to any kind of element?
He loves walking simulators, but watching
that was exactly the same.
CS is too much.
For an extended period of time,
CS?
but then at one point, finally later in the game gives you the element of choice. You're party members, you're in an open world, and as you start to explore it, now the game opens up and gets great. Perhaps that's what we're
sorry,
in for,
cutscenes.
right?
Sorry, I'm being dented. I've gotten very little sleep,
I don't
so
know. It's funny because I'm seeing
being a little
completely
dented
different,
today. Watching cutscenes is too much.
Well, about this fact, some people are like, "No, this game
here's
is 100%
the thing: if he's not doing anything,
it
does.
Like this in a million years. So now you get.
But yeah,
you know,
I think what it is, his brain just starts shutting down.
To which I can agree if that's the case. But
Penny have been pulling all the day shifts as well for 16.
How can one
She's
group
so
say no, it's
happy over
completely linear, and
Chocobos.
another group says there's open world?
Did she kettle?
It's one or the other.
I'm sure she
kettled.
kettled.
On this fact, you know. So I'm interested to see what happens as we get further into the game. So far in my first 5 hours,
the game is
I've
open
enjoyed
world.
my experience.
Those games are
but there
overdone.
were times when the cutscenes were dragging on, I was getting bored.
Here's the problem, Drax. He likes open world because he can just dick around. Like, that's the whole thing with Zelda, is he's been dicking around. If it was a more linear game, he would basically be forced to go the path. I did see that, yeah, they had chocobos. Can you breed the golden chocobo that goes over mountains, rivers, and oceans?
And I do feel a little bit like, because of the linearity of it, it doesn't really feel like it's my game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're playing a game that has the element of choice and, or, oh, I choose to do some of this, so I'll do it and get some extra stuff, versus, oh, this is just the same guided experience everyone's having. I feel like the only difference right now has been some of the combat. Like, some people probably died in that 2v1 boss fight, because it was kind of challenging, you know? To beat that on the first try actually feels pretty challenging. But outside of that, I think everyone else is probably having exactly the same gameplay experience as me. It doesn't make it feel individualized, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. So far, I am enjoying it. I did not dislike it. I'm happy I didn't spoil myself on this game, because I didn't expect it to be like this, and it is kind of refreshing to play something very different than a standard Final Fantasy experience. But at the very same time, there are some questions I have.
Fantasy
you know,
experience.
Forward,
what the fuck?
My interest, or is it going to be so cutscene heavy, right? And I will say this one final thing. Now, this is my pet peeve. You guys can completely disagree on this point, and that is perfectly fine, but I want to get this off my chest, all right? When they announced that this would be the first mature-rated Final Fantasy game, a lot of people say, well, I don't understand why. Well, now we know why. Right in the first few hours, there's excessive gore and or brutal murders right in front of you, and there's sexual content, sexual scenes, right? We haven't had stuff like that in Final Fantasy before.
Is he going to prude out over this?
They're going for the Game of Thrones idea. But you have to understand that in a game like a fantasy game, less can be more. So I'll give you a perfect example. There's a female character who's a big...
Oh my... He's... Even the goal... Even, like, just going to brutality on this. It's like... Phil, like, if what you guys are saying, like, the whole thing about the oppressors, sometimes you need the graphic violence to kind of hammer home that, yeah, these people are fucking oppressed. I don't fucking know. I ain't played the game, but... Type O had blood and gore, like, pass you speed up juice. I am on 1.5, Trunks. I am using speed up juice. Yeah, he wants to hate this game. Aqua Saber, it's complete. He wants to hate this game. Not gonna spoil the color she got. Ice fought a blue one with green feather tips. Oh, that looks super cool. Oh, so you mean you could have like little, oh, that's gonna be cool.
Basically supposed to be a manipulator. She sleeps with guys, she gets them to do what she wants, and because of that, a lot of, like, it's actually the plot is like one of the characters in your party interacts with her and says, you didn't used to be like that, you used to be a good person, I trained you to use your powers, but now you're using everything in your ability for bad business, you're manipulating everyone around you. What happened to you? What changed you to be such a horrible person? It's part of the plot. I get it. But here,
what's the I don't know what the Moogle situation. Somebody's got to tell Cenobite Mommy what the Moogle situation is. That is a good question. Because of her past. Something happened in her past, so now she's got to do this to survive. Okay.
Here's the difference. I could have just been told
of course,
that
he
she's
doesn't
like
pay
that.
attention.
I didn't have to see it. There's literally like a 3+ minute cutscene of her in bed with the king, and literally nothing happens during the cutscene. Nothing. It doesn't add anything. It's like they wanted to have the Game of Thrones sex scene in the game.
I mean, it's basically at this point, it's 16 and Zelda are your thing.
It could have been alluded to.
Yoshi P wanted
instead of actually having the whole scene.
M-rated Final Fantasy got it. He wanted action combat. He got it.
Content, right? I want to see the side boob in the scene.
They look like Final Fantasy 14 Moogles. Okay.
Was injured or murdered. They have to show brutal blood exploding and guts shooting out. It's like, listen, there's an audience for that. There is, but I don't know if it's the Final Fantasy audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like
Wow.
they're trying to cater to people who like the over-the-top
He is
excess
gatekeeping
of adult
hard,
content.
saying this
Now, the thing
isn't
funny about it is
not
they
my
do it in
hashtag not my
It's not.
Final
So the
Fantasy.
entire scene in the bedroom is fucking stupid because all it shows is, oh, an arm is blocking the guy's balls and crotch, and oh, look, the camera
Yeah,
angle
pillow
just happens
talk
to
and
only shoot from
afterglow
here
are a
up. You can't
big
see
thing
anything
for
below.
political
What the hell
industry.
is the point?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like
Like,
it's
this
bad
is the
in that
thing,
regard.
like-
It really is. It's
Phil,
stupid.
do you not understand that royalty, especially back in the day, like your kings and all that, and your high level nobles, they had mistresses, and here's the thing, those mistresses had power. They sometimes could use their power in political intrigue and even power over the court. It has been documented some mistresses, I believe Madame de Pompadour in France, I believe for Louis XV, actually was able to enact policy and was able to kind of get the king to do policy of what she wanted because she was a good pussy, you know? Like, this is, yeah, real life in history, you know, mistresses and all those courtiers and courtesans, they're able to do all that shit. He wants Final Fantasy VI all over again. Forget that Kefka destroys the world and poisoned water supplies. Backstab people, literally, yeah.
Like, why is this in the game? Like, it's like they're trying.
Same
trying
guy
too
that
hard to be
used a
edgy,
Mystic
you know what I'm
Quest
saying?
and a
Now, that's
Final
my
Fantasy
pet
game
peeve.
literally
You
made for
disagree, that's
retards.
fine.
Anything
It doesn't
more
bother you at
mature
all.
for him
Me,
is too
I
much,
played all the
yeah.
Final Fantasies, and at this point, it's like, dude, why is this in the game? It just doesn't need it. It doesn't add anything to
Look,
have
he's
this in it
smug
besides
smiling. He
different
thinks he
edgy
made a
guys.
good
Man,
point.
We really did it this time. We went all the way. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. When there's a fucking bedpost blocking the guy's testicles so I don't see them, you didn't go all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Phil, like, it's as much of a sexy, you can't have, like, this is Japan. You can't show, like, have you seen hentai? A lot of times they pixelate the dong. You can't see the actual act. But the fact is that it's there, that even if it's obscured, you're watching a fucking sex scene. That's good enough for it. Yeah, the Cenobite Mama. Yeah, the prudish anti-sex stuff does really annoy me. It's like, dude, if it's rated M for mature, you know, it's fine. You can have mature stuff, have blood and gore, have titties, all that kind of stuff. I don't give a fuck. Go for it. Zenji was able to force Sao P to pick Sao Ri as heir, but he was rumored to not be his kid. He's married to not. Yeah, it's not porn. Yeah, I'm avoiding Phil's gameplay of Final Fantasy 16 as I plan on picking up August when I get a new controller. We're all adults here. Sex is a part of life. Yeah, we're all. Sex is a part of life, and whether you're with someone or within it, it's like, dude, yeah, what the fuck? Just do it. Yeah, is he wanting to be adults only? Frosty Beast, he wants it to, just like Zelda, he wants everything to, like, he really wants, at this point, he probably just wants it to be, like, kid-friendly. Just like the Final Fantasies of his day. But it's like, yeah, Final Fantasy dealt with, like, genocide, end of the world kind of shit, you know? Same guy who laughed so much during the South Park sex scene combat. Yeah, it really does kind of show, yeah, which showed everything, yeah. Sony said they had to hide it. It would be uncensored on PC, and Xbox Square said so. Well, yeah, they had to hide it on PlayStation because the fact is Japan won't let you see that. So, you know. Oh, yeah, you might see some stuff on PC.
It's pretty stupid.
Ooh, actually, that might be fun to do on PC then.
Anyway, so far, 5 hours in, I am enjoying Final Fantasy 16. I'm looking
No,
forward to
you're
more.
not.
The playthrough
You don't
will
care.
continue this coming Sunday.
Also, Switch is the
and
only
like I said, it's gonna be
console that
alternating
allows
back and
adults-only
forth
games now.
between,
Really, Red
Final Fantasy and
Animator.
Street Fighter 6. So now it's not just Street Fighter 6 every day. So for those who've been burnt out and like, oh my
Else
god,
the
you're playing
PC
too much Street
modders
Fighter
will fix that.
your
Yeah,
prayers have been answered. We
PC
have another game that'll
modders will fix that.
alternate
You'll
every
see
other day,
all
and,
glorious titties.
Hopefully, you'll enjoy.
Glorious
Hopefully, you'll
titties.
complaining for 3 weeks that I'm playing too many fighting games, but I'm continuing to play fighting games a lot. All right, I'm still planning on doing, you know, Street Fighter Fridays, Street Fighter all day long every Friday, and I'm still planning on doing major streams of Street Fighter every other day. So
Okay.
you'll have enough fighting gameplay.
Street Fighter Fridays is the reason you're falling behind on everything, Phil. Because you just keep saying, oh, I'm just going to do Street Fighter Fridays. This is why you're falling behind, Phil. This is why everything else is taking forever to finish up. Won't come to Xbox through Red. Sony said PC okay, but Microsoft forbidden. Actually, in Aqua Saber, I get that. Like, the way, like you hear the news of what Microsoft like, oh, we're not gonna win the console wars. Oh, well, let us buy Activision. We're just cocks. Oh, you see? It's like, fuck off. I know that fucking strategy. Hardcore bussy game on Switch. He's doing it for Jax. He is doing it for Jax, but I think Jax might get tapped out.
I'll still be every once in a while trying a new character and the like. All right, so let's see how it goes, and, you know, I'm excited for more to see where they go with this game, okay? My initial gameplay is already live, 5 hours. Please give it a look. If you watch it, thank you. Please remember, like those videos and leave comments. I'm telling you, engagement's very important. And I have noticed, sadly, a drop in engagement in this channel over the last few months.
Wow.
With all these new releases, engagement is key. Just giving a like and leaving a comment on a video.
Bill, your shit's boring.
So if you could do
like,
that favor for me,
maybe
if you're
people
watching my
left
stuff,
and
please
don't
do.
want to come
It helps a
back.
ton, okay? All right.
All right.
You know what's funny? You notice I never ask anyone to subscribe. I don't think I ever do I? I don't think I ever have, right? I mean,
you don't ask anybody to subscribe because the fact is that they have to subscribe for them to actually be a part of your fucking, you know, to be a part of your chat. They have to subscribe for 24 fucking hours. So they already have to subscribe. Like, this is also why when you have an influx of new viewers or stuff like that, or you do something viral, you cannot capitalize it on it, Phil, because you suck.
it's kind of like a no-brainer on YouTube. If you like the content, why wouldn't you subscribe to the channel? So I kind of like have just taken it for granted. I never mentioned that.
The court
I mean,
said Sony has argument that all PC games need Windows to
when
run.
the videos come out. You'll get notified when I do community posts.
Ooh, Red Animator. Ooh, that's wow.
Ooh, you know what I mean? So, I basically
like,
never talk about
here's
it.
the thing.
Please consider subscribing if you're
Microsoft
not.
really
I don't know
wants
why
it, but
you
I
would.
don't
I
think
being
the
subscribed
FTC is
and
going to
being
allow it.
beneficial, right?
And UK, I don't think is going to budge.
All right, so
so they're fucked.
yeah, there you go.
And
Like I said, if you
Activision's
could please slam
fucked.
dunk the subscribe button, smash the like button, share the fuck out of your channel with your friends and family. Yes. Oh my god. All right. So outside of everything else that I just talked about, Street Fighter 6 as well as Final Fantasy 16, there is something that I have to talk about in regards to previous stuff that happened this week in Street Fighter 6, which we haven't gotten around to yet. So I'd actually like to discuss it this morning.
Drax,
If you
you're
remember,
completely right.
back
Yeah,
on
24
Tuesday,
hours is way too
we had
much.
what I called the Blanca Festival. Do you guys remember Blanca
He
Festival?
should have made it
so
5
what happened
minutes.
during the Blanca Festival? I played 3 hours of just Blanca. Okay. And during that 3 hours of just Blanca, I played something like 70-some matches.
Friday's the only
all right? It
days
was
you
a
could
crazy amount of
restream.
Blanca
Aw,
gameplay.
Cenobite,
And
no.
my goal was to get much better with Blanca, all right? And I actually do feel like I did. If you take a look at that gameplay, I was doing pretty awesome combos. I was doing perfect parries into juggles into level 3 supers. I was doing mix-ups. I was doing dash cancels.
Blah,
right?
blah, blah,
I was
blah,
doing
blah,
a
blah,
lot
blah, 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 blah. I don't
that I had not done
care.
before with Blanca after having studied some high-level Blanca gameplay on YouTube.
We're
So,
going
but
even
at the same time,
faster.
I feel
I
like at some
have
point you need to
no,
go.
I don't
feel
give
like
a
my problem right now
fuck
is
about
execution.
this.
Like there were big opportunities where I had matches entirely won with Blanca, and then I would drop the combo, drop the move, and it would drive me absolutely bonkers. It would, like, it really, it's called being tilted. I would get tilted when I
Oh
know
my
the match is
God,
over, I know
who
it's win,
the
and I go for it,
hell
and then something doesn't happen the way I
cares?
feel like I input it, and I lose the match because of it. And that's the thing. Is
Yeah,
one
20,
wrong
but
move,
here's the
someone
thing,
will do
24
one
hours,
dash
like,
cancel 60% punch. and
if
it's like,
I'm liking a streamer and I
to the point where
can't
it starts
talk
driving
for
nuts, like, I know
24
what I mean.
hours, goodbye,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gone. Like, the whole part about streaming is
So, let me give you
interactivity.
some statistics. I know we love these statistics we've been studying, right? So during the 3 hours of the Blanca Festival that I did back on Tuesday, I played 73 matches. I had 42 wins and 31 losses for a 58% win-loss ratio, and I went from platinum to rank, okay? And 89 losses. Oh well, I'm proud of that.
I do. No.
This one's for all my baby girls. I'll be the guy who can be more. So I'll give you a perfect example. There's a female character who's basically supposed to be I'm gonna try her out. I have some ideas from things I saw online that I'd like to use today in my gameplay, and we're gonna do my absolute best of how I can do. But please be aware, incredible input leniency. More so than any fighting game before it from what I think. The thing is, this game has a tremendous amount of new gameplay mechanics. Anything involving the drive meter, drive impact, counter drive shell. Yeah, she can do like 2 juggle punches right into air super. So there you go. You know, I wonder how much chance there is at this point you'll find another character in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, people use day off as a burn day for multiple accounts.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about it right now. The perfect parry into max damage punish on Honda Headbutt was certainly a highlight. That's what I was looking for. I saw someone you doing attacks, something people fishing for a low attack you can counter hit. After that, you can do a combo with like the jab or low medium. I have to try it. Okay.
Does he have nothing?
Here we go. Okay. People fishing medium is really good. Is it?
Oh, fucking game tracker.
I execute on. You need to do a lot of dash cancels. I'm interesting, portable, and I want to continue today. I know what to do, but can I execute? Like I've seen great strategy. Can I execute on said strategies? That is the real question.
Oh, game cucker. Hold on. When
Okay.
Game cucker?
Threads and social media discussions about it. You're an idiot. Cool. For that, I actually got it. I was so hyped when I read it. It has the air man.
I want to hear what game trucker what game cucker says.
Appreciate that. That's the latest one. All right, now we move on to tips, and we start off today with a series of overnight tips. Our first overnight tip is $29.99. I'll give you guys.
Yeah, he had no news
Yes, of course, we all know
at
it's a
all.
great game tracker who wants the $20 tip animation, which is why he does $29.99. But I'm going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. Count as 30. Thank you, game tracker.
And here's the thing, that's not even
Okay.
like that was one of his
What's the
slides.
game tracker have to say today? He
That's
said,
terrible.
Chun-Li, huh? Well, good luck with her. She looks complicated in Street Fighter 6, but at least she has a proper reversal. That's right. Down, down, and kicks the anti-air. It's the up kicks. I used it in this game.
Don't give a fuck.
Chun exactly. Hard to save setups.
Yeah, gameplay has
It's
its...
a $20 tip. Also from Game Tracker. So thank you, Game Tracker, for a second tip. And with the second tip, we're actually at
Game
$50
Tracker,
already.
you
I really appreciate
goddamn
that,
fucking
Thank you so much
cuck.
for that.
Now he's gonna... Oh, why?
Which means it is indeed Gutter Glasses time. Where she jump. I have to go.
Hey, look, you can see his
So, game tracker with
you can see the ring lights.
the $20 tip says, okay, I'm actually going to be asleep during all your gameplay hours today. As a result, I'm going to send this tip now. I won't be able to time it to count for your second stream. So basically, you want to do a tip for the second stream tonight as well, but he won't be around. Gotcha. Maybe that's video. Pros have been noticing something funky about you.
Why don't you just say that?
I don't be trying to throw. I know. I've 100% noticed it. 100%. I think it's something to do with store. Is it Sajam? People saying it's pronounced Sajam. Thank you. I've never heard this person's name pronounced before. Sajam. Okay. So yeah, my take on this would be it's because this game has incredibly long stored inputs, right? In a down and fear, so now it's doing you did someone jumps over you, you want to do low fears. You would just press down and fears. In this game, it's still reading your input as if you're walking forward. When you go down in fear, so now it's doing you did a move, but you didn't. It almost feels like the game is absolutely requiring you to release your input till it goes neutral, then do the next input. You can't just go from one input to another. You have to release for like a fraction of a second and then do your next input. Because I agree, there's been times where I'm mid-screen and I just want to do a single button input, and I do it and it gives me a standing super. Standing super, that's a double input. How in the holy hell did it read my standing input as a double input? So, you know, it probably is a factor.
It's because you're probably
again,
hitting
I feel
it
like that's
wrong.
That in time, you just need to learn and get better at. We're all people who've been playing fighting games for so long, and we're all from different eras of Street Fighter and different walks. I definitely feel like there is something there that they've changed, and it makes this morning I really
blah 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 blah.
Whenever there's a sex scene or nudity, you cringe, then you want to rant about it. Okay, the difference roles. I remember you were playing God of War, there were sex scenes, and since you've gotten married, things have changed. Whenever there's a sex scene or nudity, you cringe, then you want to rant about it. Okay, the difference here is that I'm older. It has nothing to do with being married. It has to be with I'm older, and I don't look for that crap in video games anymore. You understand?
I'm older. Phil, we noticed it since you got married. It's you got. I'm married, doob.
And like, when you're younger and you're more mature, you get more pleasure out of that stuff, right? Oh, it's risque, it's adult. Oh, it feels so good. I don't.
Wait, what?
Look for that when you're okay. The difference here is that I'm older. It has nothing to do with being married. It has to be with I'm older, and I don't look for that crap in video games anymore. You understand? Like,
I need to swap it down just a little bit.
When you're younger and you're more immature.
Aw, you're more immature. Like, Phil. Like, God, do you just expect that, you know, like, God, his parents must have had such a horrible relationship.
You get more pleasure out of that stuff, right? Oh, it's risque, it's adult. Oh, it feels so good. I don't look for that stuff in a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have sexuality in your life, in a way that you enjoy, in a way that you're very satisfied with. You don't
I'm married. Old people don't like sex.
I don't play video games for sexual content.
Like,
I play
yeah.
Play that's enjoyable. I play for good stories.
Here's the thing said about well, he thinks he's old.
For example, the scene that I referenced yesterday in Final Fantasy 16 was literally superfluous to anything. It wasn't needed. It didn't.
Hey, Phil, if old people don't like sex, how come it's the retirement homes that seems to have the biggest issue of untreated rampant STDs? And I know nobody wants to think about that. But yeah, at the old folks' home, there's rampant STDs. What does that tell you? The old people are fucking. And the fact is, they don't give a fuck because they can't get pregnant. Oh, they just go fuck like old rabbits. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was like, and it said he did this till he was like fucking 30. He really did it until Leanna. Like, think about it. If Leanna was still with him, Mew would never be the detractor that she is. It's true, and I hate that I know this. I know. Yes, wet floor. It's like that. That's nasty. But I mean, that's the thing. Old people, what do they get? Oh, they get STDs, but you know they can't get pregnant. So it's like they don't fucking care. Especially a lot of the old people are just like, well, you know, I'm a widow or I'm a widower. Well, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna get remarried. Fuck it. We're just gonna have fun. I don't give a fuck. Let's go do it. You're great. Think about it. If your grandparents are in the old folks' home, they probably fucking. I'm not going to be lectured about immaturity by a dude who laughs with his own shit and farts. Yeah, that's he laughs at his own jokes. I don't fault him. Get it on, man. Yeah, like listen. If the fact is they can get it up, go for it.
To a point, it literally could have been explained in a sentence, but they had to show the scene to appeal to a certain audience. Do you understand that? Risque audience looking for the adult content ate it up and gobbled it up. Oh, I love it. The adult, Game of Thrones adult content. You see. When I was younger, what was I doing on YouTube? I was trying to cater to a young, immature audience. I constantly was making sex jokes, racial jokes, gender jokes. I was doing these jokes all over the place to constantly fill dead air and entertain an audience that otherwise was pretty immature, and they ate it up. They love that content. That's why.
Wow, Phil, you just called your audience immature. Dude, Phil, what the fuck are you doing, buddy? As I call it, doing the mattress mambo. Yeah, good for physical and mental health if you're lonely widower. Yeah, especially there. It's like, I mean, what else are you going to do in the old folks' home? Like, you can't do a lot of physical activities. The fact is that, you know, you need to do something to kind of keep you from just going into full, like, you know, retirement despair and shit like that. It doesn't matter if they're boinky or not. It fits in the story between characters that I just roll with it. If it's out of left field, I might lift an eyebrow. Yeah, Sunful, you're completely right. If the character doesn't make sense why they're doing, but if the character makes sense of, oh, they're trying to get the king to do some kind of political intrigue or to shape policy, and they're doing it by, you know, unzipping the pants and opening their legs. It's like, that happened in history. That's an effective tool, you know? People will be controlled by sex. It's happened before. It'll keep happening. Much of the dents have been watching him for years, and he just called them immature. Yeah, Miles, he did. He just called them immature. It's like, wow, and they don't see that.
Appealing to. Today I'm 41 years old. I'm not looking to appeal to a bunch of teenagers. If you look at my actual analytics on YouTube, I have very few young viewers. My viewers are usually in their 20s to 30s, and some in their 40s, like me. That's my age range that I'm appealing to. I'm not appealing to young teenagers. Those people are going out and watching the memesters. They're watching the fucking popular streamers, the drama queens. They're watching bullshit content. That's what appeals to them. The immature shit.
Wow. I love the idea that he is still so salty that he's not super popular. As he calls the bullshit content. Phil, some of them are doing that, but you know what they're also doing? Some of them are primary. Like, Phil, they're not like you who basically couldn't satisfy you. You had a fucking 18-year-old and you couldn't satisfy her sexually. Okay? She had her ass in the air in a vlog. Like, she wanted you to fuck her, and you're just like, Leanna, what are you doing? I'm trying to look at the drapes, doob. And obviously it's like, yeah. Obvious average age of hentai viewer is 43 years old. Fuck yeah. What was it? What was that meme that where he's like, does Samuel L. Jackson watch anime? Yes, I watch anime. Hentai too. Because nobody gives us, like, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I'm sure it was all an act when he was young until he says he did it because he was depressed or he didn't care about his audience or the other 100 excuses he uses to justify his behavior. Yeah. Everything is to just justify his behavior.
Shit, that's the kind of shit I used to put out 10, 15 years ago, and I don't anymore. You see,
I'm in my early 30s. I honestly believe 50% of Markiplier's artists is that age as well. Since I've also subscribed to Mark. Yeah, and Mark, well, also, here's the thing, Sudden Fool. Markiplier's a good person. Markiplier sounds like... Markiplier would be a dude I would like to hang out with. Markiplier sounds like a cool dude to just hang out with. Like, think about it. You're his friend, you get his content, and, he helps out his friends. And that's cool. Also, his, I don't know if he hasn't done them in a long time. The Uno games, those are amazing. Just watching it's like fucking watching someone else play fucking Mario Party. Like, yes, destroy everything.
It was actually
just like facts about certain tags. Women like some kinky stuff that, like, you wouldn't think. Oh yeah, no, Aqua Saber. You figure out a lady's kinks.
One of the big things that was funny for was that content. Oh, he always wants to talk about sex. He always wants to see the sex scene. He always has to over-sexualize everything, right? So everyone told me I was wrong for doing it. So over the years, I changed. I mature. I phase out that kind of talk and that kind of any kind of seeking that in video games, and I criticize when it's in it because I feel it's superfluous. Oh, so you changed for the worse. Wait, what? This is what you told me to do because you said that I was immature and that the content wasn't.
We didn't tell you to do it, Phil. Like, This Is How You Don't Play wasn't just that. It was also your terrible-ass gameplay. Mark, Bob, and Wade playing Uno is it's so fun because it's like, it is like, dude, it is basically like, it is like playing Uno while having two guns holding at your other friends. It's amazing. And blow Dave's mind that you watch hentai with Mr. Sarah. I'm sure you guys, yeah, I'm sure, Cenobite, you and Mr. Sarah probably, you guys watch some stuff to get in the mood or just because you want to. Because it's like, this is what adults do. Sometimes you watch something that's, kind of gets you in the mood, or you're thinking, you watch that to kind of get excited. That's all good.
Good enough. So you even made fun of me, and this is how you don't play everything. So I changed directly based on your criticism. I improved. Now I changed for the...
See, here's the thing. He really honestly thinks that This Is How You Don't Play was just about his humor. It's like, Phil, it's also about your gameplay style. A lot of it is, and I don't give a fuck about that stuff, but like when I'm working on the Zelda stuff, guess what? It's about the fact that you can't play Zelda.
For the worst. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Redo of Healer has majority women fan base, and the whole thing is one dude mind breaking all the women.
All right,
Author left.
They weren't in it saying your content is immature, improved. They were just saying we don't like you and your content no matter what you do. That's really what it was. That's the difference between constructive criticism and toxic criticism.
What? He really doesn't get it. He really doesn't get it. Phil, your playing sucks. You don't learn. You just kind of bash your head through everything. When Wade has a legit meltdown about Barbara. And it's not really the thing, but he knows it's my thing and helped him understand me better. It's great for our relationship, honestly. Yeah. And Cenobite Mommy, I'm sure you probably watched some stuff with Mr. Sarah that is not your thing, but might be his thing. And, the idea of, there might be, or even, and that even goes to, like, sometimes positions and stuff like that. Oh, this position one person might not like, but the other person really likes. So, You do that, it's a give and take, and guess what? Everybody is happy. Everybody's happy. That's what makes the world go round. Everybody be happy.
We just don't. It's never gonna be good enough. That's two different things. You understand? And that's what I've gone through.
Like, think of it. This is him trying to rationalize. Oh, it was that content. It's like, Phil, it wasn't just that content. Like, you're just bad. Yeah, it's all about communication and experimentation. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's is the mark of you know, a relationship that'll last versus Phil's that will fall apart because he doesn't communicate with him. He even stated that what he does is, you know, between streams, he's just looking at his phone. He doesn't talk to his wife.
It's basically being told no matter what I do and how I improve, it's never good enough. So guess what? I'm gonna put out content that I like, right? So yeah, if I see that shit in a game and I think it's stupid and it's unnecessary, I'm gonna call it out. There was no reason.
Yeah, and guess what? We're just gonna make this is how you don't place. And guess what? I don't give a fuck what you say.
The is blocking the nipple. The fucking bedpost is blocking the dick. Like, what is this stupid shit? Like, I feel like I'm fucking watching something from 20 years ago that's got like a fucking National Lampoon or fucking Naked Gun movie or something. You know what I mean? Like, what am I watching? It's so dumb.
Dude, I'm sorry, motherfucker. Did you just insult National Lampoon and Naked Gun? Because you can fuck right off there. All right. The Naked Gun movies are hilarious. And National Lampoon, especially like Caddyshack and shit. Dude, those are fucking amazing. Yeah. He's great. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, here in Rodney, it's like, hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid. Yay! Fuck yeah. I like old shows like Robin Hood. I'm talking about the one that had the anthropomorphic. Oh, yeah. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, yeah. Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood, which totally didn't just steal character designs from, like, Jungle Book and shit like that. How many acts is Diablo? Hit Act 4 last night. His deck has never seen an angle the camera would show for it. Like, we all compromise for one another in a way. Yeah. When you give a damn. Yeah, Sudden Fool, yeah. You will do things for somebody you care about. You will do things that you probably wouldn't normally do. And the sign of a great relationship is that is reciprocated. And that, you know.
Anyway, that's my opinion. Let's continue.
That's my opinion. Yeah, well, your opinion sucks.
I got a dollar. Why didn't I react to the Nintendo Direct? Well, because I wasn't here. Wednesday was my day off. How can I react to something when I'm not here? It's my day off, my scheduled day off. I did talk about the Nintendo Direct in big detail on yesterday's Level 1 podcast. If you give it a look, it was a giant segment of the show because Nintendo had a huge Direct with tons of great announcements that I all covered in depth. So go watch yesterday's podcast.
Yeah, Phil, what they're saying is, guess what? Anybody can get some views on special events. Like, special events on Twitch during, like, a Nintendo Direct and all that can get huge views. Because you don't want to do that because you are so set in your ways, like, you know what, Phil, that's on you. Like, Phil, that showed up at, like, it was, what, 10 o'clock my time? I mean, fuck, man, that's 7 o'clock your time. Could have gotten up early saying I'm doing this special stream and said a
podcast, and you'll get all my opinions on that, but I'm not going to do a live react when I'm not even here, right? There you go. Spawn Killer has done a super chat and says, I wish Street Fighter 6 had Fei Long, Balrog, Sagat, and Seth. They got rid of Street Fighter 4 characters. Who was your favorite Street Fighter 4 characters?
It was a laser sight. I know.
He didn't really fit into any category. I mean, he was kind of.
I know the Sid, but laser sight.
Before they changed him, by the way, because they did change.
Here's the thing: the laser sight stuff is Peace. I don't want to step on Peace's
but sadly, they changed him. And in my opinion, they made him feel shittier in the future versions of the game. But you're right, they took out Street Fighter 4 and most of the Street Fighter 5 characters as well. There's a couple, but for the most part, yeah, they removed quite a lot of characters, right? From Street Fighter 6. But you know, I'm sure they're gonna be adding them back as DLC. Let's be honest here, right? Okay, so we've now covered all shoutouts up to now. Thanks to everyone who's contributed so far. If anyone has a question they'd like to toss my way, and I'll do a little bit of Q&A with you guys before we move on to Chun-Li gameplay. Excuse me. Nosy Real Vibe says, in Street Fighter 4 wasn't only a tougher version of Kuma. Oni did not play like Kuma. No, Oni was a unique character they added. I honestly don't even know what the lore of the character was, because at that point I wasn't in Street Fighter 4 and I wasn't really following it. But I guess he was supposed to be some kind of a demon incarnate based on the Dark Hado power. But he didn't play like Kuma. No, he was different. He definitely had different moves and cross-ups and different weird things.
The Koba Oni, of course he's a demon, dumbass.
I like the classic Chun. And if you saw, I bought the classic outfit for Chun-Li, and the color scheme's great. Like, there's a bunch of different colors you can use with her. So I'm going to be going classic Chun with some interesting color schemes today.
I didn't love for his Zangief, and sorry, Little Guy, I'm still calling it Zangief. I love for his Zangief, he decided to get the old Trunks. He could not, like, Zangief now wears tights, he couldn't do that.
Is that people tend to do drive impact. Really,
Trash Pig playing Chun, yes he is.
You're a very offensive player. Like, you try to go on the offense 90% of the time, and because of that, you leave yourself open to drive impact. And he's right. I tend to play very offensively when I play these games, and because of that, I'll throw out a move that is very susceptible to drive impact spam. Now, some people are like, well, you can easily counter hit drive impact with your own. You're right, but you're wrong. If someone just throws out a random drive impact and you're not committed to a move, then you can easily do your own drive impact and hit it back. But if you're in the middle of a move that is not a cancelable move, so for example, Dalcine, if you're doing standing medium punch with Dalcine, it's not cancelable. If they do drive impact, you're getting hit no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? So you need to have a situation where if you're going to throw out a move, that move is cancelable so that you can do your own drive impact, you see? But then you're limiting your moveset to only cancelable moves, and you know, see what I mean? So I absolutely agree that I need to improve my drive impact game.
Siege mode, siege mode.
Counterattack it more, right? 1,000,000%. This is truthful. With Chun-Li, here's the good news. She has a ton of moves that are 2-in-1 cancelable. Low medium kit, standing jab, standing medium punch, crouching jab. These are all moves that are regular good normals for her, and they're all cancelable to drive impact. So if someone tries to spam it, likely I'll be able to counter hit it a lot. And she has some pretty good combos I've seen. It's like either standing roundhouse sweep into spinning bird kick and up kick, or like I've seen like variations with like different first punches into the sweep.
He is going to try doing charge motions when Chun isn't a charge character now. Oh yeah, the thing is that it's a different character. He hates it when they change it how the character plays, and it's.
Spawn Killer did a $2 super chat. Was Seth the most powerful character in the universe? No. Seth was an attempt to combine the powers of all the characters in the Street Fighter universe into a super being, and their idea was that they were supposed to take M. Bison's soul and put it from his failing body into Seth, and he would be like the super ultimate fighter of the planet. But what ended up happening was Seth somehow got an AI in him, right? His own personality, and he broke out and started doing his own thing. So it didn't work, basically. It was kind of backfired the plan to make Ultimate Fighter. But no, he was not the most powerful character in the universe because he was flawed. Maybe if Bison had gone inside of him and the insight of the fighting skill of Bison was in Seth, then he would have been the most powerful character. But no, it never happened. Kind of pretty interesting anime-like plotline, wasn't it? Okay. The Dan Man says he's on vacation in Mexico. Well, congrats. I hope you're having a good time in Mexico. Am I a lore master of Street Fighter? No, I am not. I know some. I don't know everything, but I share what I know. Jade says, how about Chun-Li's black color outfit? She has one in Classic. We'll take a look. I remember there was a red one, a green one, probably the black one. There's a few colors that I really like. We'll take a look today. We'll see what she has. Happy Friday to you, Mango. How are you? Good to have you here. No, I've never ridden in a plow truck, Willow. No, never ridden in a plow. Met91 says, to be fair, games are not real like fiction and movies, but we'll go into long discussions about them. Huh? Not real like fiction and movies. All right, that statement just threw me for a loop.
All right, let's go back to that.
Threw me for a loop. Not real. Met91 says, to be fair, games are not real like fiction and movies, but we'll go into long discussions about them. Huh? Not real like fiction and movies.
Yes. Fiction. Not real.
All right, that statement just threw me for a loop.
Grug brain don't understand fiction. Herp, derp, 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 derp. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, wrap it the fuck up. Like he really should just stop the podcast when he runs out, but he does these QAs.
More risk reward. Right now, Drive Impact is so easy to spam because it has so little drive meter use. I feel like Drive Impact should have a much more use of your drive meter. That's it, because then if they can only do it 2 to 3 times per round rather than Drive Impact, spam. It's stupid. I think it's too much. So I would like it to use more drive meter. Outside of that, it's more of an execution thing with me reacting to it. It's not necessarily that's broken, it's that I'm not used to it.
Look, he's moving
on. Met91 said, reply to your intro with the song. That went right over my head. Sorry about that, Met91. No, you cannot call me pale. Why would you call me pale? Doesn't make sense.
You are pale. You are pale as fuck, dude. You don't get any sun.
You see Raincoat, and this is where online play gets tricky. He says no one at high levels in Street Fighter 6 are spamming Drive Impact.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't need to do pre-stream every. He doesn't need to do this long of a pre-stream. 20-minute pre-stream. Let's get going.
You could be playing Street Fighter at a very high level. You go online, you play Scrub, and the Scrub just mashes reversal, completely unsafe a million times, and hits you every fucking time because you're not expecting them to do that. It's completely dumb gameplay. It's unsafe. It's stupid. It should never work. But because you're not used to them doing the dumb Hail Mary move, it hits you every time. It's a factor. It is. It's a factor in online play. In tournament play, likely these idiots are not going to keep mashing like that, right? There you go.
Blah 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 blah. Wow, he's salty the fact that he is nowhere near as good as he used to be. Like if a Scrub plays you, and he's just doing the reverse, you should be able to change your playstyle to destroy them.
In general, an option selecting
really shows he doesn't know anything on that.
Depending on the situation, no matter what. So let's say you do an input, and in one case, if the enemy does one thing, it'll hit. In another case, it'll throw. Like no matter what, it's advantageous to you.
You're right, Sunful. They get hit at most twice, and they'll adapt. Phil cannot adapt.
Okay. That's essentially the textbook definition of an option select.
Phil can't adapt. It's like, what was it? It's like in Rebel was, this is the ascent of man. You go here at the front.
Okay? But option select, essentially, you're in a situation where you can do something that gives you...
Do I see Daigo versus PREEEE-Stream? No red animator. Now you're gonna... Now you show me that. We'll watch it afterwards. We will watch it afterwards.
Your character has a medium punch. You walk up, you do medium punch, and the enemy blocks it. If you have frame advantage over them, it basically means that you're going to recover, and you're going to be able to do a second attack before they can counterattack after the punch had hit. You see what I mean? So that's the advantage, because you have the frames are in your advantage. While them, they're still stuck in a block stun animation. They can't react to it. You see? So that's what, again, in general, that's what it means. But again, these are generalized terms. There's ways you can apply frame advantage to different situations that mean something slightly different. I'm just giving you the overall general terms, okay? So there's frame advantage. It basically means that move is better than the other move because it's going to recover faster. You'll be able to either combo after it or do things after it while the other person will not be able to. Will be stuck. You see? Okay.
Even at 2 times speed, he is boring as fuck.
Right now, you know, if you're talking win-loss record,
well, look at him. He's spinning back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
I just suck with him. Like I actually like Dalsim. I find him very fun. When you get things going with Dalsim, the trickiness of his fireball bouncing and mixing up and doing the combos and counter hits, I like it. Sadly, I'm just not that good with him. I would need way more practice. You see?
He's dodging bullets in the Matrix. Brony is getting lethal at Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Kazunoko is teaching her after seeing her skill in a practice match. I'll find you a clip and send it on Discord. Okay. Someone will send me the clip on Discord. We'll watch it afterwards.
It was a stressful day where already I rushed home because my internet was out, and then I wasn't really mentally prepared. I jumped in, I lost a ton. By the time I was getting myself going, I was getting frustrated.
Phil, you did not need to rush home. You know what you should have done? Here's what you should have done. You should have said, you know what? All you had to do, Phil, is tell your wife, hey, guess what? Okay, the internet's back. How about this? we do this day and then I do the night stream. And you could have had a nice day off with your wife, and you could have actually and spent time with her. You don't spend really time with her. You just watch her play video games. It really is more of a roommate agreement than an actual marriage. Because I don't believe you two have sex.
All right. Any other last minute questions or anything?
And you take her to the fucking Burger King for her birthday.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Someone getting banned? Just look at that. He has to hunch over.
No. I can check.
Oh, the tip didn't come through. Dude, there must be something really issue with his PayPal. Like,
let's see.
Like, he should not be using emails to see the tip.
Your answer. I feel like I've learned something about grinding Global Chun-Li. Thank you for the dollar tip, whoever that was. I think that's the person who asked the question about fighting game terminology.
Why don't you, like, grinding in fighting games he'll do, but he will not grind for fucking an RPG. He won't grind for Zelda to get pieces that would actually bump his armor up.
Yeah, here it is. The notification never came through.
Yeah, Aaron's back and had a nice day with Horsewife and come back for the night stream. Yeah, and the fact is that would actually, I think, help his marriage out because he needs to.
He says the following: excited for Chun-Li gameplay. Something important for Chun to get you off the right foot. Check your spacing. Be ready to anti-air. 666 tip. All right, let's give you a shout out. So please tell me if it doesn't come through weird. So, yes, Big Papa Phil with a 666 tip. Stay solid anti-airs and spacing. Well, for best anti-airs, once your jump into shutdown, you can play solid neutral and use your pokes to get into combo range or dash cancel into a combo. Remember to cancel your block strings to dash drive impact when you corner the enemy. They're usually unprepared for drive impact when you hide at the end of a block string. Mix up your corner pressure between throw, normal into the combo, and block string and drive impact.
Think about that.
Combo.
Like, remember, she got dressed up. It was going to be a nice day out. Probably meaning, oh, hey, maybe go somewhere nice. Maybe go see a movie or something like that. And he's like, internet home. And she's probably just like there, just like,
not laugh when saying them because at this point I've been on the internet for 15 years doing this, so you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing affects me really.
Yeah, buying her that Series S play.
Here's
the thing: he bought her the Series S. It's only a short playcation. You couldn't even get her a Series X. Cheap bastard.
Well, now I'm transitioning from the middle of I was going to do something to block. It could be that I'm not blocking fast enough, and therefore the game is still reading the input as if I was in the middle of do something, and then it'll say counter hit, right? Could be. Or it could be, like I said, the storing of moves could lead to that as well. If it's storing a move, right? All right, this person's just a troll. I'm just gonna get rid of it. They're being stupid. I'm trying to be serious, and then they say something dumb and insulting, so I don't know why I bother. Why did I even bother trying to be like
banned?
Great waste of my time.
Gone forever.
Oh my god, what was the last dessert that I had?
You see, he said, "Oh, the trolls are." It's like, Phil, you bring them up. All you had to do is just whoop, gone.
There you go.
Yeah, he matches like a going out of style, and you can. That's why he needs to put the inputs on. That's why we need to see the inputs, because it's like it really does show, like, yeah, this guy really is bad at his inputs.
I feel whenever I drink it, I end up getting a headache, so I don't drink it that often. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we don't have any chocolate.
We're talking about booze.
The worst you have for like hangovers and after in it, right? Whiskey before? I'm sure I have. That I had. There you go. Had I ever had Scotch whiskey before? I'm sure I have, but I don't remember. I don't really drink whiskey that often at all. I like it though. The problem with whiskey is that because it has all that shit in it.
Former alcoholic, everybody. He's still an alcoholic. I laugh. I found out the gem. Here's the thing, Wet Floor. I really don't give a fuck whether it's a real diamond or not. I mean, here's the thing. There is natural diamonds from the ground. There are lab-grown diamonds that are cheaper. It really don't fucking matter.
My wife's actually home from work today, so no Jasper today. Okay. JDTV is still addicted to Diablo 4.
Yeah, he tries to make himself seem so nice and lenient, and then he has to announce bans making him a bigger ass. Yeah. Okay. Normally, people who
Aaron also says, I used to watch you back in the day when you played
ban folks, they don't bring it up.
Awesome. 15 years is a long time.
Yeah, Detractor Man, you're right. He is so excited to just drink. Like, this is the thing. This is what I do think he has some.
Podcast. Great show today. Good topics covered. Hope you enjoyed it. Jumping into Chun-Li today. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you as always for chilling and supporting. And I shall return soon with more excellent stuff to talk about. But in the meantime, be safe, have fun. See you tomorrow. Okay. So
there we go. I'm done. He exited YouTube mode. I ain't doing anything else with this guy. I don't like that. So hold on. We are going to watch Peroni versus Daigo. Oh, whoa, whoa, no, we cannot have the doggo on 2. No, can't do that. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay, 5 minutes, that's not too bad. Then I shall say goodnight and get some sleep. I don't know if Anne's going to be doing Friday night fights again. If so, please give prayer hands for Anne. Yeah, high-pitched dog, yeah. Doggo at 2x is, no, we can't do that. I don't know which one. So I'm guessing, was Corona blue?
すごすぎます本当に。嬉しい嬉しい。アケコン使ってやってるんですよね。そうです。いやすげえんだよな。
Doggo JP, yeah, she is the JP, yeah. She's a JP, okay, so she's blue. Okay, gotcha. She blue, okay. Iron, she's only an iron, ooh. Ooh! Doggo JP, yeah.
その後のしゃがみジャックパンチと通常投げでもうすでにもうなんか相手のガードを揺さぶれる状況になってるんで。
あ、やばい。
そう。
Okay, okay. So she's still blue. No, she's no, I'm sorry, she's pink now, but she's still the orange.
強いっすね。うまい。
おー、いい設置。
ナイス設置、ナイス設置。やめてよ。あ、いいっすね。2個ないね。
Oh! Yeah, they're having the time of their life. Yeah. Look at that. Wait, look at that little Blanca in the background. This little mascot Blanca just vibing.
めっちゃいいじゃん。運動がしっかり。
Oh!
おお。愛してく。
うまい。
わー、出たそれ。
Oh! That reversal just it's so disrespectful. Bye. Oh God.
もうちょっとだ。やめてください。もうこれ苦手でしょ。このさん。お。
Didn't have enough to follow through the counter. That was a very close. That was a close round. Like, yeah, she is learning the game, and if she mains a JP, it's like, okay. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, she messed up and they're still connecting. Yeah. Yeah, the guys also, these guys just give a genuine praise, like seeing newer players showing up tag just to look, that took them forever to, yeah. And yeah, Detractor man, you're playing halfway drunk and wondered how the fuck does he take it this seriously? He rages at everything. It's because Detractor man, he believes he should be the best because he's a former pro player. She's iron rank while being praised by. She's iron rank while being praised by actual pros. Kazunoko is a former world champ in Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, like if she goes into ranked matches, she's gonna become powerful. Oh! Wow!
いい勝負だな。
強いな、コロさん。
ありがとうございます。風投げといい。
風投げはあれ狙ってやってますよね。
強いな。狙ってます？
狙ってないでやってますよね。
いやでも狙ってません。狙って出せるように頑張ります。
はい、わかりました。はい。ごめんなさい、狙ってやってたと思って。
Yeah, even she'll admit, I didn't intend that. It's like, oh, don't worry.
かなり練習の成果出てたと思うんで。
はい。
Okay. Oh, let's watch Corona get beat. Because here's the thing, you learn by getting beat.
いやー、こういうのが見たいんですわー。あー、負けちゃったけど。タイヤリでした、タイヤリ。ありがとう。わ、これでも手抜いてんだろうな、でも。ね、早いんだよ、みんな。いや、いいんだけどね。ありがたいんですけど。
I assume Inu563 is actually her, which makes sense. She is Doggo.
早いのよ。
And Inu is one of the best dog breeds in Japan.
あ、よろしくねー。待って、こうにも。
Okay.
よろしくねー。
Oh wait, this is
でも嫌にならない。でもなんか全然マジでボコボコにする人が現れてもいいよ。全員ボコボコにしてきたらこうにブチ切れるけど。嘘。
Is that?
ラライヤーラライヤースタラクで
Yeah, losing makes you learn. Yeah. He wants, yeah. Phil wants to think he's God level out of the gate. The thing about it is, learning is losing is the greatest teacher you will ever learn. You'll ever have, because when you lose, you figure out where you're weak at and you're able to do that.
まあチームは違うんですけれども、6月
So I don't know this VTuber, but
あ
that's
る CR カップのストリートファイター6のやつにツイッターに上がってる画像だから。
But I like that she's just in
私ね、C チーム
her
で
mascot is just big old floofy kitties.
ケンキさん、ダルマイズゴ
Botan is God in FPS. Okay.
が一緒なんですけれども。
Hey, look at it. She's got big old chunky kitties.
ドグラさんになると思うのよ。プロゲーマーの方。
What I'm battling the most is keeping my cool and keeping my inputs clean. That's what I critique the most about myself. But here's the thing, Sudden Fool. Practice will make perfect. You will.
で、ドグラさんなんだけど、ドグラさん教え方めちゃくちゃうまいみたいなことが書かれてたから、あ、これいいのではっていう言い方ちょっとあれなんだけど、私が
A lion VTuber with little lion cubs bombs as her mask. Oh, she's a lion VTuber. Okay, yeah, you're right. It just says lion on her shirt.
枠なのよ、多分。私が。
It does say
私が
lion.
マジで超初心者なのね。
However, I thought they were just. I thought they were kitties. I didn't know they were lion cubs. They just look like little chunky kitties.
ないんだけど、ぶっちゃけ格ゲー
Like
って
those little
運で勝てましたみたいなゲームじゃないと思ってるから、
I see every once in a while.
本当にいかに練習して
Botan is huge in Russia because her outfit looks like
正
Adidas.
直今から頑張っ
Adidas.
てみんなに勝てるかって言われたらちょっと望みは薄いのよ。正直言って。本当
The
に
Russians
1週
love
間
their
頑張
Adidas
っても
tracksuits.
多分もう最初に言っとくよみんなに。最初に言っとくけどマジ
Some
で
good pro coaches.
今ま
Yeah,
で本
no,
当に
it's
格ゲーちゃんと真面目に触ったこともないし、今から練習してもまあ多分まあ頑張って
yeah, no.
いい
This
線
is
は行くかもしんないけど、
like yeah, no.
バチクソ
But
強
think
くな
about
るかっ
it.
て言わ
A
れたら
good
ちょっ
tournament
と
is gonna get
客観
everybody
的に見
watches some of
て
the other VTubers. See
み
if
たいなところはあ
maybe
る。は
you know
正直
you
言っ
get
て
some
ね。
people who like
私の
oh
場合
you
もう
watch
ちょっとそこは正直
you know
に
you
言う
watch
わ。
Corona and then
で、
you're
あ
gonna
とコロ
watch
さんのね、やっぱ
another
り一緒
one
だ
and you
っ
might
たか
become
ら、
fans
僕
that
は
one
そう
and
言
it's
っ
like
て
okay.
て、で、まあコロさんとだったら二人で頑張りそうと思ったから、じゃあ二人でちょっと出ようかみたいな感じで決めたから、まあそこはもう勝ち負けとかはちょっともう私の中ではね、もちろん勝ちたいんですけど、まあちょっとそれ以上にそこはちょっと置いといて、自分でどこまで今回頑張ってその格ゲーをね楽しんで覚えていけるかみたいなところを
Oh yeah, I see her.
ちょ
Sure
っと
says
みんなに伝え
Gao.
られた
Yeah,
ら嬉しいか
lion.
なと。
I should have seen that. Yeah.
まあ今回は客寄せパンダよね。私ぶっちゃけね、客寄せパンダでもいいと思うよ、正直。界隈が盛り上がるのであれば。私好きなゲームだったら全然いいよ、客寄せパンダで。いや、客寄せライオンでいいよ、全然。いいよ。それで盛り上がるんだったら全然いいよ。
All right. Well, that sounds fun. Look at that. So you've got the VTubers all having fun. The VTubers are all having fun, and Phil's just being fucking.
そう、結構簡単に出せるんだけど、ただ、なんかね、ちょっと調べたんだけど、簡単に出せる分、威力がちょっと弱くなってるっていうのが書いてあった。あと、その、出せない技もなんかあるみたいな。そうなんだ。そう、キャラによってはなんか出せない技もあるから、別になんかモダンだから強いみたいな。ねえ、ゴーレよりめっちゃもう詳しくなってんじゃん。いや、それはね、もうあれでウィキで見て基本だけでもちょっと覚えとかんとと思って。
Several top 3 champions teaching newbies. That's always good. They would like to win, but it doesn't destroy them when they lose to someone that's clearly better. Yeah. That's the thing, Aqua Saber. That's the thing you have to learn. It's like, okay, if I get beaten by a better character.
初めて触るわ。あ、マジ？チュンリーもなんか。何これ？何これ？わかんない。何これ？挑発？かっこいいポーズ出た。挑発なのかな？なんだ？なんだろうねこれね。何それ？シシロモダンだって。シシロモダンよ。おお。もうマジこれビリビリでやる感じだよね。あとなんかね、なんかローリングアタックみたいなのあった気がする。遠距離から飛んでくやつ。あ、そういう感じ、そういう感じ。いや、うまっ。
Yeah, you see, and here's they're playing against each other, learning the moves, so then they can have a fun time.
待って、うますぎないか？これはでもね、モダンだからもうボタンポチンポチンポチン。すごーい。うますぎ。
See, they're also being very, very. Zangief versus the Scoop Mommy. Aqua Saber, now, yeah, and I think probably once Ludwig gets his internet back, I think Aqua Saber, I think Ludwig will join back in because Ludwig was playing Melty with you, wasn't he? I thought I remember he was. But yeah, like Snoo Mommy, yeah, like just having fighting games and making training room online open so you can invite a homie and just beat the snot out of each other. Yeah, where you could just learn all the stuff and then it's like, okay, yeah. If fellow Saber win LWO, yep. Yeah, because I know, I know Ludwig, I think, just needs to get the new place and get new internet and all that. And then probably we'll probably be back and doing, you know. Well, that's the thing. You do, you know, that's the thing. I mean, now that Anne's basically partner, you know, really, you might be able to convince Anne that, hey, maybe what you should do, maybe do like one day where it's like, oh, we'll just do some Melty Blood and people just join in and kind of just, you know, play around, have fun. I don't know. You do something like that, but it is, but however, it is Mimi time. I need to get some sleep because I got work this evening. So, I will be back, tomorrow night. I will restream his Zelda evening gameplay, so I will do that. So, but thank you all for coming out for the pre-stream. That was a bit of a rough pre-stream, but we got through it, and it's good. And I'll see you next time.
Only mic was on. It's been on the whole time, huh?
And it time go.
Hello. Turn it up. Turn up my neck phones. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's up, Jane? Yo. Good to see you here today. Are you ready for this? Yo. You know what time it is. Yes, Jane. Big time. Go. Shout out to Almighty Frogga from Guadalajara, Aquatic. I'm cruising in my blue Corolla. I need that money to be a high Corolla. Trapped and made a pan controller. She's crying downstairs. I have to console her. Swimsuit model with eating disorder. Spent $200 on her DoorDash order. Yo, just a fucking crook with a fucking crooked jaw. False flagging out channel with my puppy dog. I committed fraud. And I got low teeth. I'm a low teeth god. False flagging. Mundane maggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a faggot. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Arnold. Phil's a nigger. Right? How do you say? Brunel's a nigger? Right? Very nice. All right. Let us continue. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance to save the best streak. I'm going full mask off. It's not that deep. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance left to blow. You ready? 8 time go. 8 time flow. They thought I fell off. No. Like a prime D rose, I'd be dunking on these hoes. Turn you into T-part, striking a T-pose. So let me tell you now what the story is. They call me DSP. Notorious. I'm cruising and wrenching, fast and furious with my homie Pastor Eric Miller. He's quite curious.
they don't have nearly what it takes to be a man. And since I took their manhood, that's mine now, so I ain't giving it back.
My trolls are always watching me, waiting for another disaster stream. They won't even give me a piece of peace. They're like a whole fucking team locking onto my stream like a detractor beam. I can't get rid of them. I'm sober. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing supporters. Detractors are bending me over. Just another pawn in this Ludwig world order. And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into Dark Dave's mirror and all of my fears and all that I see. The raw DSP. Bottom leader, cult leader. It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just how time flows. Until it time goes. It's gonna take years of effort to try to dig myself out of this fucking hole. It really is. And it sucks. I hope that someday I'll get out of it. I don't know if I ever will. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade.